Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of Hashtag Anime Talk. I'm your host, as always, Mr. Lyndon Burton, joined by my co-host, as always, Mr. Chrissa SJE. We're in a new season, Chrissa. We're out of the summer. We're into fall 2020, and boy, must I say fall. We got a lot to discuss today. This is episode 63. Chrissa, how you doing, my brother? I feel like it's been a while since we talked.
That's 'cause a lot of shit went down. You feel me? We just had a hurricane, and that shit took fucking miles off my life. You feel me?
And honestly, that's why, just to let everybody know, not to cut you off, that's why the Kaiju number 8 video is still not out yet. It should be out. Like, I should record it after I do this. If not, y'all will get it. Y'all will get it later in the day, if not the next day. And then I promise when the next chapter drops in like 2 days, I'll have that one out ASAP. It was just, bro, we went through a hurricane.
Yeah, it was whack. We had another one. It was
they
whack,
say another one is building. Like, I can't do this.
They say another one's building right now? Bro, chill out, man. I bro, I was just talking about if we get one more hurricane, I'm leaving the fuck out of Louisiana. I'm not staying in Louisiana again. Bro, this is too much for me.
Honestly, this just little segment of our lives has convinced me to move out of here. Like it's not anything about like the politics or anything. I don't like whatever. It's more so about just how many hurricanes come and how unnecessary that shit is. Like, I get the West Coast has earthquakes and fires. I get that. And shit, yeah. The fires is the crazy shit. I get that the East Coast has blizzards. I get that the Midwest has tornadoes. But until you go through a hurricane, my nigga, y'all don't like. The only thing I can say is comparable is the fires, because that shit, bro, that shit looks nuts.
Like, yeah, people be having to evacuate. Like people be getting their whole fucking house burnt down. Like, that's wild.
That shit is crazy. But we got the opposite. We got the flood. So
yeah, literally. They got like people down the street from the crib right now. Like they fucking still flooded. Like yesterday I seen somebody like pulling up in their driveway and like get stuck in the middle of their driveway. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, like bro, because we didn't stay here. This city got fucked up bad. You feel me? I know we about to get into the anime shit, but like my city right here, this shit got fucked up bad. Like the gas station, all the lights out. Nigga, I pulled up to the light. You know how they got like the pole with the light on it?
Yeah.
No pole, no nothing. It's just no nothing. It's
and my nigga,
be a light is nothing.
Traffic evacuating from Louisiana, Chrissa, was the
I imagine
absolute worst. I'm never doing that shit, bro. Chris, I was on the. You know how it takes only 3 hours to get to Houston, maybe like 2.5 if you're driving like super fast. Mm-hmm. Nigga, I was in traffic from 5 o'clock to 11:45 at night.
No way.
11:45, bro.
It don't take that long. It don't take that fucking long to get over there. That's wild.
Until 12:30. I checked into my hotel and look, the lady, she was having an easy night. It was late night. You know, when you're working at a hotel during a weekday, you're not expecting nobody. Literally, right after we get there, right as we're checking in, 20 cars pull up to check in, and this lady's like,
flood.
Oh my God, what just happened? I was trying to tell you, like, all the people that was in traffic are just getting here. Like, it wasn't our fault. And she just had a whole flood of people. The valet was sick.
Bro, it's just the worst, man.
But
I hope everybody with their power get their power cut back on, because that's the worst. With the house I was staying at, you feel me, before I came back to the crib, because we got power over here now, but the house I'm staying at, they still don't got power right now. They're saying that they probably not gonna have power for another week. So I pray for everybody. I got my hopes and shit with everybody who's just dealing with that right now, because even people down my street got it worse than me. So I saw the effects of it. I'm blessed enough to not have dealt with it super bad. But you feel me?
My house, like, one of the members of our staff, Justin, his brother. You know how apartments have like balconies and shit and platforms? He lives on the second floor. The entire platform and the balcony was off. So like he can't stay there till that shit gets fixed, because it's just his door and then to the apartment. So it's like, ooh, that's not safe. So
I seen some shit I did not never think I would see.
Yeah, I know. Prayers up to everybody in Louisiana who's dealt with this. Prayers to Lake Charles, because like y'all got hit again, man. I feel for y'all. I feel for everybody in Louisiana that dealt with this. But this is not Louisiana Talk. Let's get into what the people are here for. Hashtag Anime Talk. Episode 63 is a go, because we got a lot to discuss. I told you in pre-pro, in our text messages, that was going to make you sad. I'm doing it with the first story. Demon Slayer Kimetsu no Yaiba, the Mugen Train movie, is set to release in Japan on October 16th. The North American date has been released. It's not releasing until 2020, early 2020. We don't have a month. We don't know. It's not, 2021, excuse me, not 2020. It's not coming until 2021. maybe January, maybe February. We do not know. We're unsure of it. But Krista, how do you feel that the Mugen trailer got pushed? I mean, the Mugen Train movie got pushed back.
I don't feel too played just because at the end of the day, the main thing I feel played about is that I'm gonna have to wait, but I don't feel too played because they say it's coming to the IMAX. I'm pulling up to New Orleans. I'm risking COVID, you feel me? I'm with the mask. I'm pulling up, bro. I gotta see the movie, especially on the IMAX screen.
You're not gonna go to the Grand?
If I could watch it at the Grand before the IMAX, I'm gonna go to the Grand and I'm gonna say fuck the IMAX. Like if it comes out in the Grand soon, but the IMAX don't drop till 2021, then I'm gonna have to take that L.
Both IMAX and Grand drop in 2021.
Damn, man, why they had to push it back?
Push back, bro, because America.
I'm not scared of the COVID.
But that goes to a conversation that we had at Bros Who Binge. Let me plug our movie show that y'all could go check out. Movie theaters are going bankrupt. Movies are getting pushed back. Dune, Wonder Woman, all the major things. Black Widow aren't coming this year. They tried with Tenet. It didn't work. And America is getting a third wave of COVID, which is terrible, which is just, we don't even have to talk about that. But that is why your Demon Slayer movie is getting pushed back, Americans, because we handled COVID like some idiots.
COVID's killing all my hopes and dreams, bro. Even in other areas or other parts of the world. Weren't we supposed to get Promised Neverland this year? Weren't we supposed to get fucking
Attack on Titan was supposed to be out. Attack on Titan is supposed to be out right now.
Be out earlier. Yeah, literally.
All the anime we're going to talk about, I told you I was going to mention the COVID delays, but all of those were supposed to be out in April, and I'm sorry that I'm just checking them out. Those things are fire. So much stuff got moved, delayed, canceled because of COVID. It's just been terrible, man. It really has.
All I know is, bro, I need, you know what I'm saying, Funimation, Crunchyroll. I need y'all to look at me right now and be focused. I need y'all to get like Disney Plus and make me pay an extra $20 to download the movie. I'd watch it, bro. If, like, say a Dragon Ball Z movie drop tomorrow. Oh, we need the money. Bro, you don't get that much money from movie theaters. Let me pay you the direct amount. Like, what is it going to be, $10, $15, $20? I'd pay $20 to watch Dragon Ball movie.
The Mulan movie was $29.99.
I don't know if I'd pay $29.99. To watch Demon Slayer, I'd pay $29.99. Like, to be honest with you, if I could watch,
I know you would.
If it's to purchase it, if it's to where I could watch it on my Crunchyroll, whatever I wanted to, I'd add that. It's like buying DLC for my Crunchyroll. You feel me? I get to have it. I bought the Little Peep movie on my YouTube. It's still, I can watch it whenever I want. You feel me? So if it's like one of them kind of deals to where, like, if it's like some movie shit to where it's like, oh, you purchase it right now and you get to watch it once or twice or for the next 24 hours and then we're taking it away. It's like, nah, I'm not paying those 30 fucking.
I think it's, you have it in your streaming. I think that's how Mulan worked. I'm not sure. It may be one night because me and Schubert both were like, we're not paying $30 to see Mulan. Like,
I'm not paying shit to see Mulan, bro. I'm not watching that shit. No, that's a whole nother story. I'm not watching that shit.
I'm not watching that shit at all. So like, I don't think I'd pay $29.99 to see the Demon Slayer movie. I paid probably like $15.99 at most. But like, if My Heroes, like, we got a new movie, even though they've spurned me with Heroes Rising, I'd pay $29.99 to watch.
I'd pay $29.99 for My Hero too.
Yeah, I would.
Like, bro, let me not say that too loud because they're gonna be like, $29.99.
They should have been did that. But speaking of My Hero, the new trailer has dropped and the season 5 is coming spring 2021. We can expect that around March, April, May-ish, around that time. I'm so excited, Chris, because I honestly thought due to COVID we weren't going to get My Hero season 5 until like end of 2021, maybe 2022. But they said, nah, fuck that. We got the gas pack. We're coming back for season 5. What'd you think of how the trailer looked, and are you excited for My Hero to be back?
Of course. I love, like, whenever I see these trailers for My Hero, I just don't know what's going on because I'm not a manga reader. So I'll be seeing the trailers and it just looks so action packed. Like last season's trailer looked amazing. This season's trailer looks amazing. I just know that this is the teaser trailer, so they just tried to jumble a bunch of shit in there, and it looked really dope. But I just can't wait to see till they start getting to the nitty gritty and showing like the real, like the long trailers and shit like that. But it just had me hyped that they're working on this shit this fast. I mean, they have to. It's just My Hero. You feel me? But I'm glad we don't gotta wait long.
I'm interested with how many arcs we're gonna get. Like, I'm very interested in that. I'm interested in to see if we're getting 1 to 2 arcs, because let me see something. Because I know we're getting the training arc between class 1A and 1B. That was what the trailer initially showed. But My Hero always does multiple arcs. And just to give y'all a hint, at the end of season 4, they showed the pictures of some random people inside of Deku. Deku was there. It was some random place. All of that gets explained. Now, and that's all in that arc, and you find out who those people were, you find out what that is to Deku, how does that pertain to the story, all of that gets found out in season 5. My question is, I'm trying to see how many arcs we got. So this is the joint training arc. Okay, so yeah, we're getting that next. Okay, cool. Okay, bet. Okay, so this is big for you, Krissa. I think we're also getting the My Villain Academia arc next season.
Okay, it's gonna be raw. You feel me? I'm excited about that.
I think we're gonna get that, and then once we get that, there's the some Endeavor arc, and then we're in the war. So like, we're 2 arcs away from catching up to the manga. That's why I don't know if we're getting 2 arcs, if we're getting 3. Like, I feel like at best we can expect the joint training and the My Villain Academia. I wouldn't be surprised if they made My Villain Academia a movie, but either way, we're gonna eat next year with My Hero, and I'm super, super excited. Love Bakugo's new costume in the trailer. Like, Bakugo's new costume was like, yes, badass.
Yeah, I'm ready to see this season. I'm just surprised they got it back so fast. I'm glad
that's what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying, they keep the ball rolling.
Yep. And from My Hero to Netflix, yo, there's a new Netflix Greek god anime coming out called The Blood of Zeus. Krissa, did you see the trailer? What'd you think?
I definitely saw the trailer. Like, see, this looked like some American shit. Like, this is like some American anime. Just because I saw the trailer, it was like new anime coming to Netflix, and I seen it. I was like, okay, this is cool. But this, like, I'm not the one thing. The positive I gotta say from it, it looked action packed. Like, it looked like a lot was going on. But it definitely gave me like an Avatar-ish kind of feel. You feel me? Like the animation style and everything. But it definitely looked pretty cool. It's definitely a peep.
It felt more like, I don't know if you ever saw the American anime Dante's Inferno, but it felt very Dante's Inferno-esque for all of those out there who've seen that movie. But I love Troy, the movie with Brad Pitt. I love Alexander the Great, even though the Colin Farrell movie isn't that great, but I still love it. I love 300. This is my type of shit with Spartans, Hercules, because I'm pretty sure that's who that guy is. His name is like Heron or some shit like that. We're going to find out his name's probably Hercules, the son of Zeus. I'm into all of this shit. So, and to see an anime take on the Greek mythology, I know people are going to say there's magic and there's Saint Seiya and all that shit. But to me, if Americans are going to do some shit like this is what I think Americans do best. So this type of shit should be good. I'm definitely tuning in. And we'll probably review it on the show at least a couple episodes.
Yeah, for sure.
And let's stick in the world of Netflix. Beastar Season 2 coming to Netflix January 2021. Now, American audiences, that's probably going to be in Japan. We're probably going to have to trap out the bandwidth because that's probably going to be in Netflix jail. Wait, are we going to be able to trap out the bandwidth? Is that still a thing? Like,
I don't even know.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't checked on like that shit in forever.
Forms. Yeah, I've been just strictly Crunchyroll, strictly Funimation, strictly YouTube, whatever Crunchyroll and them put out whenever.
The only illegal shit I do is I'm just a crackhead when it comes to One Piece. I gotta see the scans. I gotta see the illegal scans when people drop it. That's the only illegal thing I do. Other than that, I haven't been on Kiss Anime in God knows how long.
Since with Chainsaw Man, that's I even like wait till Sunday for my manga. Like I've been waiting on I've been reading like old manga, so I feel like I haven't really checked out the bandwidth in a minute. Like I ain't gonna lie, Kiss Anime, it used to be clutch just because it had the shit that you would never find anywhere else. You feel me? Like say we wanted to review like a random movie, like
yes,
if we wanted to review a Dragon Ball movie or old one, we'd have to hopefully have it in our collection because it's not on Funimation. Like a lot of the Dragon Ball movies aren't.
Or we'd have to rent it, and then sometimes it's not on the PlayStation Network. Sometimes it's not in Amazon Prime.
It's only certain ones. Places. They don't have all of them. Like everywhere doesn't have everything. So you got to either search around or maybe not find something, run the risk of not finding what you're looking for. And the best thing about I heard, I seen somebody on Twitter tweet about how Kiss Anime was best as just like a online catalog to where you could literally find everything, and it just like for the culture, it's like certain shit, bro. Crunchyroll's not gonna buy rights to where you can stream that.
I'd be okay if Kiss Anime didn't have any new shit on it. Like I'd be 1,000% okay.
Yeah, like say
if it was just like everything
none of the new
from
seasonals.
Like, none of the new seasonals. Nothing that's like from 2000. Like okay, so let's say it's 2020. We shouldn't have nothing on Kiss Anime from like 2015 to 2020. Everything pre-2015 that's like old all the way into like the 60s, 70s, have that there. And then as years progress, like let's say we get into 2022, then you put everything from 2015, 2023, 2016. And so like keep that gap to where you have to pay for the legal streaming to watch everything new. But for like the archive, since it's not everywhere, let's have the archive be there. But like I said, we may have to trap out the bandwidth. I don't know if we can, but Beastars will be out at least in Japan, January 2021. Also, Spriggan released a little picture that's coming to Netflix in 2021. This looks good. Spriggan. I'm super excited for that. Just want to let y'all know. We've talked about that on this show before. It's coming very soon. But another movie announcement. The G Kids announced on Monday that Lupin the Third will release the film and sell it on Blu-ray and DVD on January 12th, and it will be out digitally on December 15th. So that's dope. We'll have that this year. And as well as the English dub will be in theaters on October 18th, and the sub version will be in 21. So at least we may not get the Demon Slayer movie, but we're getting the Lupin the Third movie, and I will be in theaters to see that. And I may even buy that because there's like a box set. The Blu-ray, it looks super dope. It has some cool art on it. Like, you know me, man. I'm not a big collector, but I love Lupin the Third, so that'll be something that I may have to purchase.
Yeah, I might cop that too, because I'm definitely a collector. Like I just copped the fucking the new Digimon movie. Like got seen it. I gotta watch that.
Did you watch it?
No, I didn't even open it yet. I think I did open it, but I just been sitting on it. I've been like, I had to have it in the collection because I don't think that's on streaming services either. I know the show is like.
We'll get your review when you next episode, because I'm sure you'll watch it by the next episode.
Oh yeah, for sure by next episode. I got time now.
I know that's something that people love to hear from you, so we'll get the Digimon movie review next episode from Krista. All right, let's get into some rankings, some manga rankings. This is big news. So Krista will give us the Japanese stats in a little bit, but I think it's more important to discuss the American stats and what's going on with the New York Times bestsellers. So first off, the first thing is the BookScan rankings collects data from more than 16,000 locations, including Barnes & Noble and other book chains, independent bookshops, and online purchases. It doesn't have the sales from comic book stores and Walmart.com. It has these stats that I'm about to give you cover 85% of the U.S. trade print book market. So at number one, the number one adult manga graphic novel was My Hero. We then have My Hero coming in at number 2, 3. Then we have Dragon Ball Super coming in at number 5, which I think is dope. You have Demon Slayer coming in at number 6. My Hero again at 7. Demon Slayer again at 8. Junji Ito coming in at 11. Spy Family, shout out to Peter, man. You already know out there from Would You Say Anime, me and you are bigging up the Spy Family Brigade. We're part of the Spy Family fan club. That's in there at 12, which I think is amazing to see Spy Family make it big in the West. I think that's huge because, like, Undead Unluck's not on this. JJK is not on this. And those are things that we love. And Spy Family is something that's near and dear to my heart. So to see it on the U.S. Western list, I think that's big. At number 13, My Hero. 14, Promised Neverland. 15, Tokyo Ghoul. 17, Toilet Bound Hanoku-kun. Don't know what that is. My Hero coming in at 19 and Demon Slayer coming in at 20. Want to give Demon Slayer its props because it is the second manga to crack the New York Times bestseller. Obviously, My Hero is very, very up there. But Demon Slayer, My Hero's at like 5 or 6, and Demon Slayer cracked in at 9. So that, to me, whatever me and Chris are about to discuss with the Japanese rankings, I think, to me, that's Demon Slayer's big win because we've talked about this a bunch. In the West, as big as One Piece is, One Piece didn't really connect in the West like people have hoped for. Like, One Piece is big, but it's big in the world. It's not necessarily big in the West. In the West right now, what dominates is My Hero. What dominated before was Naruto. So to see Demon Slayer crack through, that means it's doing some good shit.
Yeah, for sure. Like, it definitely it was impactful. Just as a series, you feel me? Like when the anime dropped, it definitely took it up a notch, you feel me? But as a manga, it was definitely compelling for a long time. I know we both got, like, you know what I'm saying, a kind of negative
opinion of the end.
Yeah, the ending. Like, it wasn't the best ending, you feel me? But at the same time, the beginning, it was definitely compelling. So I could see the manga volume selling because the anime was great. You get to the end of the anime, you start reading as soon as the anime season leaves off, and it's really great from there on. So I could just imagine somebody buying a few volumes and then buying the rest of them, and being as heavily impacted from the manga as the anime. You know what I'm saying? Or by the manga.
And now, do you have the Japanese rankings just so we can talk about that? Because I know people are.
I just got the top 10. You feel me?
Give us the top 10 in Japan, and this is from. Let me just give some background real quick before you do it. It's from it's all the volumes sold from whichever entity that is ranked, like let's say Demon Slayer is number 1 for all the volumes that sold for there. Now, the caveat for that, and it's from like September to like now or some shit like that. Of September of 29 or like December of 2019 to like September of 2020, something like that. And but let me give you the caveat. Certain things have sold more volumes than others. For example, One Piece has only sold 2 volumes, like has only had 2 volumes throughout that span, whereas My Heroes had, I believe, 3 or 4. Demon Slayers had like between 4 to 6, something like that. That's the caveat to that. Now, Chris, you can give us the top 10.
All right, well, you hit the, you know what I'm saying? You hit the nail on the head with Demon Slayer being number 1 if we just jump into the top. But I'm gonna start from the back. I'm gonna do like a top 10, you feel me?
Got you.
But number 10, which I'm surprised is not higher, especially in Japan, you feel me? But Fire Force is number 10.
I'm happy for that.
I'm glad it's in the top 10 for sure.
Yeah, and I think that being that it's not a typical shonen, being that it's not in Shonen Jump, in Shueisha, I think that's good for Fire Force. You know what I mean? Being that Soul Eater, however we may feel about that in just what it was, seeing that this is his second one to make a top 10, I think that's big for Fire Force.
Yeah, definitely big. To be in top 10 so fast, it's definitely great for the mangaka. You feel me? Okubo, it's showing how goated that that mangaka still is. You feel me? And at the same time, you know, I'm glad to see Soul Eater get a solid successor, not just, you know, a trash spinoff or something like that. Same thing with Eden Zero. Eden Zero got a great, like, Fairy Tail was great, and then Eden Zero is a great, not spinoff, but you know what I'm saying, a great successor.
Own thing. And I like Eden Zero more than Fairy Tail. Me and you both do. Like, and that's something that I can say from Fire Force as well. I like Fire Force more than Soul Eater. So
and I know a lot of people love, you know, Hunter x Hunter more than Yu Hakusho. I'm not one of those people that, you know, they're both up there for me. They're both up there. But I definitely I love when I see a mangaka work on something that's iconic and then they're not a one-hit wonder to say, you know what I'm saying?
Facts.
But that's number 10. Number 9, Jujutsu Kaisen, which again I'm expecting to see that a little bit higher.
I think the anime being out will, but see in Japan, I don't know. I think in the anime being out in Japan will raise that because Jujutsu Kaisen should be higher than 9. That's all I'm gonna say about that.
I think that's 9's a little low. Over 9.
But
Spy
also
Family,
it might not have
8.
It might not have as many volumes out too. So you got to think about that. The
number I want to say
of
it
volumes,
has 6.
It has 6.
6. It just has
like 6
right
total.
Now.
So yeah, so it might have just been 2 that was released during that time span, or 3. So. And that affects it. Spy Family at 8? Let's go, man.
Spy Family at 8, you feel me? We got My Hero at 7, which again, I expected to see that higher, you feel me?
Yeah.
And this is gonna bust your head because My Hero Academia is number 7. So you're like, what's above My Hero Academia?
I already know what it is. Go ahead.
Promised Neverland.
Oh, wait,
number 6.
I thought, is One Piece not 5?
Nah, One Piece is a little bit closer to the top.
Wait, hold on. You sure?
Yeah, One Piece is 3.
All right. Wait, go ahead. One Piece is 3?
Yeah, Haikyuu is 5.
Oh, shit.
So we got like Promised Neverland 6, Haikyuu 5. Number 4 is some random shit called the quintessential quintuplets. Cause like, you know what I'm saying, it's not just not just a Shueisha. This is like Kodansha or whatever. But I don't know what the fuck. Oh wait, the quintessential quintuplets. That's the homies, if I'm not mistaken. You feel me? Like the black haired homies, if I'm not mistaken.
Hold on, Chris, because I think, let me see. I got to see if I could hurry up and find this because I don't know.
No, it doesn't look like it's the quintessential quintuplets. That's not what,
I don't know.
I thought that was something completely different. I don't know what the fuck this is then, the quintessential quintuplets. I thought that was like the black haired homies.
Where is the, are you on the Shonen Jump thing on Twitter?
No, it's not Shonen Jump. It's, because it's with everything. It's with Shueisha and,
Yeah, but I thought the rankings, because I thought One Piece was 6, and I thought wait, Chris, yeah, I think you may be a little off, my brother. Wait,
I don't know which one I'm looking at then.
I think, oh man, god damn it, I'm gonna find this. Don't
yeah,
okay.
This one, it says November 2019 to September 2020.
Okay, no, this goes from December 30th, 2019 to August 30th, 2020. There we go. I got you. So 10 was Jibaku Shonen Hanuko Kan, which we just talked about. 9, you were right, was JJK. 8 was Spy Family. 7 was My Hero. You were right. Those were right. But see, One Piece is 6, because I knew One Piece was low. One Piece is 6. Promised Neverland is 5 with 100,000 more than them. Then Gotobu no Hayunome, that's 4. Then Haikyuu, then Kingdom, then Demon Slayer.
Man, I know a few of them. I know Kingdom was up there too. You feel me? But
Yeah, Kingdom second, which is crazy. But see, I think One Piece being at 6 is skewed because when you only have 2 volumes released during that time span, you can't. And the fact that you did 4 million at that, like, I don't know. I feel like if they would have gotten at least another volume, that's another 2 million, which maybe gets them at 6, which maybe gets them to 6 total, which will get you to 2.
I think they got a couple more since then though for like October, right? They got like a couple more new One Piece
Volumes. I think
volumes,
there's
so they
like a
probably
new.
selling some shit.
I think there's a new one like out right now. So, but yeah, that's the updated thing. But good for Demon Slayer, man. Like I said, I think it's more impactful, at least to American audiences, that Demon Slayer made the New York Times bestseller than that. But to sell 56 million copies in Japan from the span of December to August is nuts.
It's definitely a household name now. Like, you know what I'm saying? Whenever people think about anime, they think of My Hero, they think of Dragon Ball. If
Can't
you're an
deny
older
it.
fan, they think of like the big three, but they definitely thinking of My Hero, they definitely thinking of Demon Slayer, especially considering new gen, Black Clover, you feel me? So I feel like it's good to see these series doing well. You know what I'm saying? I'm always glad when I see a Shonen Jump property or all these Shonen Jump properties still doing good because they've been the king forever and they still the king. You feel me? It's like they
That's a
didn't lose
fact.
no sauce. They got My Hero, they got
Shonen Jump
Black
is
Clover, they
amazing
got
right now.
yeah, they
Me
got
and you have
so
talked
much
about
shit.
that. Like
Even the shit that's not animated yet.
Shonen Jump is probably the best it's ever been in a long time. Like the fact that you have One Piece going phenomenal in a war arc. You have My Hero in a war arc, which is phenomenal. You got Undead Unluck doing some nutso shit right now, about to get into a war arc. You got JJK in a big battle arc right now. You know what's going on in Chainsaw Man. They got all that crazy shit with going on in Chainsaw Man. That's 5. Spy Family's great. Kaiju number 8's great. A lot of people like Mashal. Mashal's pretty fucking dope.
Mashal's pretty popular.
Black Clover's dope as fuck right now. There's some incredible shit going on in there. And then Dragon Ball Super. And then Boruto, as much as we may not be Boruto fans, but there's some crazy shit going on in that. That's 11 right there. And that's not even counting all the new shits that's coming. That's not counting some of like Promised Neverland and Demon Slayer, which just ended. That's just like 11 right there. So Shonen Jump is killing it, and props to Demon Slayer. Even though I have my beefs with it, still can't deny its legacy and what it's done, and that's huge for its sales in Japan as well as being in the New York Times bestseller. Because that's my argument always for My Hero. Like the fact that My Hero's in the New York Times bestseller is big, and the fact that Demon Slayer made the cut over things like One Piece, Dragon Ball Super, those things, that's huge. So shout out to that. Something that we're going to talk about later, at least when we discuss the fall shows. The official website for the television anime of Moriarty the Patriot revealed on Friday that the anime will have a second half that will premiere April 2021. So the anime will have a total of 24 episodes, which is dope. The series is ongoing right now, but we'll talk more about that when we discuss what's going on with the fall season. So the final news topic we have today is this is just an upcoming manga that's coming out. Shonen Jump website launched a new manga for Kamano Hayashi Ran no Kingdan. Basically Ron Komohashi's Forbidden Deduction by Akira Amano on Sunday. The manga is a mystery series centering on the unique detective Ron Komohashi and the naive police inspector Totomaru Ishiki. This is Amano's first weekly series since Hitman Reborn in 2012. So we're getting a new Shonen Jump. We're talking about how great Shonen Jump is. The Hitman Reborn manga is coming back to see again to prove like, I got more in the bag than just one.
Yeah, and I love seeing that. You know what I'm saying? And I haven't gotten into Hitman yet. I've been wanting to watch it. I've been wanting to watch it just because it's on my little to watch list.
It is dope. I gotta say, like the first arc until you get him being strong and being like a powerful member of the Vongula family, that shit's not that great. But once it gets like, it's a very, very slow start. Like, but once it gets to where, okay, now he's a member of this mafia family, it's gas packed.
I gotta peep it out because it's on my to watch list. You feel me? I always watch something else first. You feel me?
No, I feel you, and I'm a big detective fan of detectives in anime and manga. I think right now it's like a high point for that. So to see this happening, super, super dope. But let's get into our discussion this week, which is basically our discussion is going to run into the review. We're going to do Jujutsu Kaisen and Fire Force last, but me and Crystal want to talk about all the stuff that's going on right now in fall 2020. So me and Krista have both watched an array of shows. We'll talk about the ones that we've watched. Both of us have watched first together, and then after we do that, we'll go one back and forth, one and one to talk about the shows that you guys are interested in that he might not have watched, I might not have watched. So let's start off with one that we've both watched, Krista, and let's start off with Burn the Witch, which is supposed to be a movie. We got 3 episodes out right now. The 4th one's coming out on Crunchyroll, and then I'm sure the movie will be out later this year. But we were big fans of the manga, big fans. I'm going to start off with this. I'm a huge fan of the manga. I think the manga is incredible. I'm ready for season 2. I love what Tai Kubo did, the world he created. But if I have to say, I think some of the animation in Burn the Witch is a little cheap. And I think cheap is negative and a little too harsh, but that's the only way I know how to say it. For example, Bruno Bangknife. I think his look in the manga is so badass and it's so well detailed drawn, whereas in the anime, it's like very lightly sketched. Like, I just don't like how some of that looks compared to how detailed and how dope tight Kubo made his manga look. I feel like they could have done a better job. So for me, I love the Burn the Witch story, but aesthetically, I might have to stick with the manga. How do you feel about what you saw from Burn the Witch?
I got the opposite. Well, not even really the opposite, but I love them both. Like, I love the manga, but the anime, it really hit. It just brought the manga to life for me. That's probably the main reason why I fuck with it super hard. Cause I just like, I love it. To me, it built the world up a little bit. Like, reading it, Kubo's the GOAT as far as just putting down, ink on a page. You feel me? But just seeing the colorful world get brought to life, it felt like I was watching like Bleach, but animated by a different studio in a different part of the world. And it really reminded me of Harry Potter a little bit. You know what I'm saying? It reminded me of like a Bleach Worlds version of that. You feel me? So they're in London, reverse London. You feel me? They're dealing with these dragons that are similar to brooms. You feel me? The way they ride them and shit like that. Is the series is called Burn the Witch. So I didn't really get those vibes from the manga. Like, from the manga, I was getting straight Kubo Bleach vibes. I was getting just straight, you feel me, there's dragon vibes and everything. We're in London and shit like that. But just seeing it get brought to life, it just really took me there. And I'm just super excited for the future of what Kubo has.
Now that I agree with you 1,000%. Like, the manga did a good enough job for me, where I'm the opposite with you with that. But I do agree with, like, I'm ready for more Burn the Witch content, whether that's manga, anime, whatever you're gonna give me that progresses the story. I need more of it, because the story wise, we both can agree on Kubo has made something special.
Yeah, for sure. And I'm definitely still one of them conspiracy theorists thinking that, okay, so we got Bleach and Bleach is done, and Bleach, the anime's coming back, and right before we get the anime coming back to get wrapped up, we get Burn the Witch, a side story. What if we get another side story in another part of the world? What if Kubo does this Marvel MCU universe type thing where he starts tagging them together, doing
we get America, we get like America, South America, something like that. We get like the North Pole. I could see some stuff being like that, where we get like, if this is the Western branch, we could get an American branch, and then we could get like a Northern and Southern branch. I could fuck with that 1,000%. All right, let's get to another show that we've both watched. This one I'm gonna let you start off because you're positive more so than me. Dragon Quest: The Adventures of Dai. Shit. You watched 2 episodes. I've watched 1, so you can start us off with this one.
I definitely I think I got what I expected from it. You feel me? Like, okay. I watched it. I watched the first episode. You know what I'm saying? First thing I gotta say is I love the animation style. I love the art, the art and animation. I definitely love the whole, the Akira Toriyama influence character designs. I love the slimes. You feel me? Some of the characters were thrown off, but it's like the type of shit I like to see. It reminds me of like Dragon Ball era more than Dragon Ball Super, Dragon Ball Z. But it gives me that Dragon Ball Super vibe with the thick lines being drawn around the characters and just the vibrant colors. It reminds me of Super, but a little bit better in certain, because, whenever Super first started, it was looking kind of rough. It looked like the best parts of Super, you know what I'm saying, except with more of a Dragon Ball-esque vibe, you feel me, from like OG Dragon Ball. And definitely love the characters, the whole setup with the first episode. But when I watched the second episode, I kind of saw more to where it was going, you feel me? I don't want to spoil too much for you just in case you pick it back up. But definitely I see that going in a direction where it's about to be like a little linear story. It's definitely a video game anime. You feel me? It's definitely a kid friendly anime, something that's super lighthearted. I just know the main criticism I have of it is when the anime switches to 3D. Gets the 3D
Big
anime
criticism of mine.
fights. And the first episode I didn't really notice too much. It wasn't super bad for me. Like
Second episode you noticed it.
Bro, the second episode I was sitting there like, whew, it was cool, but it was hard to follow for certain points. And I was sitting there like it kind of took me out of the experience. I was like, I like, you know what I'm saying? It's like watching something in 2D, then boom, it goes to 3D, and it's like a super dramatic
the only ones we've seen be successful with it is Demon Slayer and Dorohedoro. So
I think that's all about the transition. Like whenever you're watching Dorohedoro, a lot of it was probably done in 3D, but you just won't know what's 3D, what's hand drawn. With Demon Slayer, you could definitely tell when it got into the 3D bag, but it transitioned so smoothly that you didn't really care or notice. But like certain, like whenever they do like the 3D fucking crazy angle, just like a camera's moving around, I'm like, bro, y'all doing too much. It's like, oh, camera's up here, camera's down here. You could only do this with CGI. It's like, nah, son, it's not cute, bro. It just don't look good.
See, I'm even more negative than you with this. To me, I'm just gonna come out. I don't think this is for me. I really don't think this is for me. It's very childish in my it's very well. Let me not say child. It's very kid friendly. It is very, very kid friendly, and this seems like the story. It won't dive into too many like things where I like getting like the philosophical stuff behind it, the different themes. Like this seems like the story's cut and dry. This dude trying to be a hero. Like it gives me, like you said, Dragon Ball vibes. Now I think the new generation of kids growing up, this could be something special for them. But as for some, if you're an older audience member who listens to this, I don't necessarily think this might be for us.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I'm probably gonna peep it out a little while longer. I might just chill on it for a few episodes, come back to it. It's one of them things that I'm probably gonna to be honest with you, I'm probably gonna wait for the dub to drop, and I'm probably gonna watch it dubbed, just in passing, because like some certain things you watch in passing. Like when I was watching, I used to watch like Monster Rancher, Beyblade, and all that shit when I was younger. When I was a kid, you know what I'm saying? I used to watch every episode of Beyblade. I had to know, like literally, I would miss school because I would miss the bus because Beyblade came on so late, and sometimes if there was like some news shit that pushed the episode back, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But as of right now, like I'm cutting on the dub a bit. I'm not about to watch new subbed episodes of Beyblade. I'm not like peeping up the season like that, but I'll definitely throw it on and passing. Like if I'm doing some shit like I'm doing a lot of shit with I'm selling like Pokemon cards and Dragon Ball cards and shit. So I'm always just sitting there organizing, just meticulously just sitting there and needing background, noise. But at the same time, I'm peeping it out. Like I'm watching and I'm keeping up with what's going on. I'm just not super paying attention. I'm like half-ass paying attention to it. Like that's the kind of show this is. It's something that I could probably peep. And if I see some shit getting dope, then I'll like kind of dive in and go watch like a dope boss fight or a dope season kind of finale boss. But I don't think I'm gonna really be peeping it week to week. Just not that kind of.
Nah, yeah. And the only way I'm getting back into it is if you watch it all and like, nah, Lynn, definitely this is one you got to check out. If not, me and Dragon Quest, our time has come. I'm glad I watched it to talk about it on this show. But other than that, I think our time has come. But I think this is the final thing that we've both watched, and this is courtesy of our guy Peter at What Do You Say Anime. He hit us up and was like, yo, there's this new anime on Funimation that's going to be part of the fall 2020 lineup. I think that you and Chris would like it. And I was like, if you think it's both me and Chris's bag, I'm very interested to see, because usually when Peter gives suggestions, it's only to you, man. Because like Peter's a big slice of life guy. Y'all have y'all's big like ecchi love, and that's not me. So for Peter to say it's in your bag too, Lyndon, I'm like, okay, it's either gonna be shonen or it's gonna be something like a Dorohedoro, something like a Cowboy Bebop, something like a Black Lagoon, something that me and Chris are both love. And this is Akudama Drive. And basically what this is about, many years ago, a great civil war ravaged Japan, leaving the country fragmented between two regions, Kansai and Kanto. In Kansai, a group of 6 Akudama carry out missions given to them by a mysterious black cat while evading the police. But a dangerous journey is about to unfold when a civilian girl becomes twisted into the Akudama's way of life and witness their criminal drives. Basically, what these Akadamas are different individuals, criminals who have a lot of years on their lives. One is the courier who who's like, he's like the transporter. If you ever seen like the Jason Statham movie, The Transporter, that's basically him. He's the carrier. We got the doctor, who's this badass lady who just kills people through surgery methods. We got the hacker, who's like this hacker guy, good with tech, and then we have the brawler, who's like this badass fighter. In the episode, we also see the is it the Chopper? Is that his name? Or the Slicer? Whatever that nigga name is that just cut off people's heads. He's another member of the Cutthroat. That's what it is. Cutthroat. We see him, and then we see Hoodlum, who's like this low ranking crook, and then the Swindler, who is the girl, this is innocent civilian. But Christian, man, the things that I loved about this, the jazz music. You know me, I'm always about gun-slinging, gun-toting, like that type of shit. I'm always about, like, taking us outside of shonen, giving us some cyberpunk, sci-fi, that type of shit. I felt like that was needed. And granted, episode 1, from a story standpoint, it's not very clear where we're going. They don't give you a very clear direction, but I definitely think they showed you the spectacle and how some of the fights are going to look. This anime, I hope they fix some of the 3D things, because that's in there. Something which you talked about with Dragon Quest, but I don't know if it's not to that degree. I think this is something that I will definitely be checking out week to week, and something that I think if you are a fan of things like, let's see, like, oh man, I got it right here. No Guns, No Life. If you're a fan of freaking Psychopaths, if you're a fan of that type of stuff like cyberpunk, detective, criminal, hitman, bounty hunter, that lane, I think this show will surprise you, and I think this might be a surprise of the fall 2020 slate.
Yeah, like this is definitely another pleasant surprise. Like, I think first time I seen this was Otaku God had posted a clip of it. One of the clips to the end where Cutthroat had like sliced off a bunch of people. It was like showing all the people he killed. It was like, oh, he killed fucking 906,000 million people.
No, yeah, he got 1,000 kills on his belt. Like,
yeah, he got bodies.
He has the most time in jail that needs to be spent out of anybody.
And yeah, literally, I saw that and I was intrigued. I was like, I gotta see this. I was like, I gotta watch this shit. So I peeped it out. And definitely, like, the characters all stand out to me. I love all the characters so far. Yep. The only one I don't really like too much is Hoodlum, because I don't feel like I've like connected with him yet.
Yeah, we haven't experienced him yet.
Yeah, I haven't really connected with him yet. But as far as the doctor, whenever she first showed up, that was one of the most intriguing points in the episode to me. Whenever she, like, you know, picked apart that guy on the what was it, the subway.
Yep.
I love the ordinary chick. You feel me? Like the regular chick that just is in the mix for whatever.
The Swindler.
Reason. Yeah, the Swindler. I like the fact that she's in the mix, because she's definitely a throw-it-off character to have in the mix of all these Akudamas is what they're called.
Yeah, the Akudamas.
Cutthroat was definitely suspenseful whenever he was introduced, and it was like they gave him a badass introduction, so I really appreciate that, because you know, I love me a badass villain.
And I like Courier with his metal hand, and I want to know more about him. I'm glad we got a black character in Brawler.
The black character's badass. I love dreaded characters in anime. I just love seeing dreads in an anime art style. For some reason, it's just like homeboy from Gangster. What's his name? The red dreads.
Yep.
Again, red dreads with Brawler. You feel me? But I definitely like Brawler. When he first touched down, he was whooping ass. And the hacker's even cool too. I like how he was all like, "Bitch, you hacking harder than me and shit."
I'm a fan of all the character like archetypes. I'm interested to learn their backstories. Like, this is one that really surprised me, and I think could be something that's really good. Like, this is one that I'm very, very interested in. We'll continue to watch
if they execute it right. Because I'm saying, like, this is giving me High School of the Dead vibe, not High School of the Dead, God of High School vibes, but just in a different setting. Not saying the exact type of show that God of High School is, but I'm saying as far as just like a action packed. You know what I'm saying? You're going to get stories, going to be dope as hell, but it's not going to be nothing super, like, it's basically going to be a show that's going to drill in as much fights, violent type shit. You feel me? It reminds me of, like, Dead Man Wonderland, like, in a way. It just reminds me of something that's going to be super action-packed, super violent.
I hope it doesn't do that. I hope it goes more in line of, like, the Black Lagoons, the Gangster, where we get a story about these like, why are these people so important, these couriers, the Brawler. Like, I want to know about how this world got to like this. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like this might be a 1 to 2 season. Like, I feel like this one ain't going to be super long. You feel me? I feel like this one going to be straight to the point. But I feel like the thing is, not to slander anything. I really did enjoy this first episode, but when I compare it to God of High School, it's because like I feel like God of High School could have executed the source material better, and I feel like with this kind of show, we're gonna get what God of High School should be. As far as gonna get a lot of action, some good. Because at the beginning, I had high hopes for the God of High School story, and according to the readers, they say the story is really dope. It's just the anime did a bad job at adapting it. So I just hope that this one gets a better execution of just story as well as action.
No, I agree with that. I can definitely get into that. All right, now let's get into the shows we've individually watched that we want to just tell you guys about. Chris, you can start us off.
Definitely, I'm gonna go with the random throw it off one. You feel me? But the what's it called? Iwa Kakeru, the sports climbing girls. Peter actually suggested me to watch this one. If I'm not mistaken, Peter and Haz were both telling me, "Hey, bro, you gotta peep this one out." And I saw the trailer and I saw the promo picture. I was like, "Okay, I'll see where it goes." I'm like, I'll see where it goes. You feel me? I didn't even know some climbing shit at first. It looked like some triathlon shit. Like these girls were gonna be like jogging and biking. I'm like, biking, jogging anime. I'm like, whatever. And then I see it's called Sport Climbing Girls. So I'm like, okay, let me see what this is about. I love me an ecchi bag. I watched the first episode. Didn't really get ecchi vibes from it. It was like straight sports vibes, and that's very rare for me to watch a sports anime and come off the first episode like, oh, this is dope. I think I'm gonna give it a second episode run. And then I watched the second episode. I'm like, the characters are compelling. It's Konami Kashihara. She's a dope ass chick. She's just like a chick in school. She's like trying to figure out some after school activities, but she's a nerd. They don't really let you know that at first. They're just like, she's trying to pick what she's gonna do. She's like, basketball, not for me, soccer, not for me. Everybody's looking at her like, what the fuck? That's not your bag. This is everybody's bag. Like, you don't want to do no normal shit. And she stumbles across the sport climbing shit, and she's like, this is my bag. And the sports climbing girls are like, nigga, this is not your bag. This is some weird shit. This is like we take this shit serious. Don't come over here like, oh, that's cute, and fuck up what we got going on, because we do championships and all that shit. And the way the main character looks at it, she's like a nerd. They kind of introduce that aspect at this point. They're like showing that she spends a lot of her time playing fucking, games at the crib, like gaming nerd, and she gets into these like Facebook fucking, the little fucking Candy Crush type games where you line like Tetris type games. And she's looking at the wall that you got to climb.
That.
Yeah, that's interesting. It's really dope. Like to me, it executed the concept of making being a sport anime into it. And I guess it does have ecchi aspects for people who are watching it for certain things. You feel me? Because if you go watch like a girl volleyball, beach volleyball anime, you know what you're getting yourself into. You're gonna see certain stuff. You know what I'm saying? But as far as the perversion of it, like I feel like it's actually a pure series. It's just a pure sports series. And I felt like I didn't get no ecchi vibes from it. I was watching it. I'm like, damn, this is actually one I might be able to watch. And like, I know a lot of sports anime start off and it's real boring. It's real hard to hook you. So I feel like this one, it did a good job of that. And I was very surprised because this is not the sport anime you expect to hook you. I just throw that out there.
It's not that don't like the Tetris thing has me the most intrigued. Now, whether or not I check that out depends on how you feel about it going forward. But I definitely say they do have some captivating appeal to what you just told me. Nice. What's it called?
It's called Awa Kakaru, but a lot of people just call it Sport Climbing Girls because like Awa Kakaru and then the colon. But like I'm not gonna lie, with this one, I found myself actually giving a shit and not just half-ass watching. And that's rare, like especially for sports anime. But I'm watching it, and it's like they got to do these things to where it's like when you get up the wall, you got to do different positions, and there's like different forms. It's like they really take it super serious. Like the coach of the team takes it super serious, and their star player takes it super serious, and they're kind of like showing her the ropes. And I'm kind of interested in the ropes. I never thought I'd care about this type of shit. Like it got me want to go climb a fucking wall. You know what I'm saying? Me and my girl might get into some rock climbing activities and shit. Look fun.
Hell yeah. Okay. 100. That's my nigga said it got him into it.
Because I ain't gonna lie, Peter and Has put me on that, and I was like, bro, that was a good recommendation. I was like, I can't believe I went into that and got what I got from it.
Because them niggas be watching some wild shit.
And we watch a lot of crossover shit, but a lot of shit is too far this way for me. A lot of shit's too far this way for them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, for sure. And this one, the one I'm gonna give y'all is on the Funimation app. You can watch it right now. And honestly, I think this might be, besides JJK, this might be the show that I'm looking forward to the most, more even so than Akudama, which I'm very much looking forward to. I think this might be my second favorite right now, fall 2020. It is Moriarty the Patriot. We talked about that show earlier in the show.
I thought you about to say Noblesse.
Noblesse is actually Noblesse is pretty high. We're gonna get into that one in a little bit. But Moriarty the Patriot had me so intrigued. It had me enthralled. I was loving every moment of it. Now, granted, I did watch the Sherlock Holmes more comedy-esque Kabukicho on Funimation, but this one is more serious. This is a psychological thriller, and this one I feel is, if you enjoy the story of Sherlock Holmes, but more so if you enjoy detective anime, because it has their own tropes and it has its own style of things. I think this is one of the best ones we've seen in a while. And it's only off of one episode. Like, just the way they executed that first episode, I thought was very, very good and very, very pulling you in, and something that you should check out. Basically, it's in the late 19th century. The British Empire nobility reigns while its working class suffers at their hands. Sympathetic to their plight, William James Moriarty wants to topple it all. Frustrated by systematic inequality, Moriarty strategizes to fix the entire nation. Not even consulting Detective Sherlock Holmes can stand in his way. It's time for crime to revolutionize the world. So normally we follow Sherlock Holmes, but this is a guy who wants to topple the system through crime. He's basically the crime coordinator. He's this high class member who can make crimes happen, but for good reasons, I guess you can say. It's very morally ambiguous, and it's something that I think ask a good question, and it's something that gives us a different perspective, because Sherlock Holmes is in this show, but he's from a villain perspective, and we follow the villain as our MC. I think it's something that's super, super interesting. Moriarty the Patriot, every Sunday I will be watching.
And this is definitely your bag. Like, this is your bag 1,000%.
Yeah.
But just your description, like, has me a lot more intrigued by it, because, like, at first I'm thinking it's just like okay, we get a Sherlock Holmes alternate, like we get like a villain, like an opposite, and we get like a villain story. But now that you're saying, it's kind of like he's a hero through being a villain, and it just gives me like light Yagami vibes, except he's not just scummy. You feel me? It's like I love shows where you follow the antagonist as far as the villain, but you see them as the hero, and you like kind of see the hero as the villain, but not really as the villain, just the antagonist. And that description is intriguing enough for me to at least give it a first episode run, just see how I feel about it.
You should definitely give it a first episode, and like you said, very heavy like Yagami vibes. I'd say even more so if you love Code Geass Lelouch, very much Lelouch vibes, like 1,000%. Moriarty falls in this category of Lelouch and Light. How they're these villains, but they're also the hero of their story. So, and like the fact that he's trying to stop systematic inequality, that's big for me. I love that, all that shit. But like you said, like the last one was very Chrissa bag. This one's very Linden bag for sure.
And another thing I like about anime like this too, is that I love when we, and I'm a weeb, so I love all of Japan, Sakura falling, fucking samurai-esque, fucking we're in Tokyo. But I do love whenever anime leaves, it's
goes to a different country.
Yeah, I love when I see like these, London, France, American type of it's like perspectives. You feel me? Like you get a different perspective from Japanese.
And not every detective anime is great. Like, and that's what makes the reason why the Sherlock Holmes Kabukicho was so great was the fact that it was more so in present day, and it was comedy, it was weird, it was very intriguing. That's what made that great. The reason why, and I'm gonna talk about Millionaire Detective in a little bit, which made that great, was completely different than this. And I think all three of those can exist as great detective anime that people should watch, because it goes from a different perspective. Like, we're seeing him solve crimes through crime, which is nuts. Like, and the way he's orchestrating things to let certain people get revenge. No, it's super nuts. Like, and I definitely think if you have a Funimation app, you should at least give Moriarty the Patriot at least a one episode go through. And if that first episode doesn't hook you, then it might not be for you. But I think it will.
And bro, speaking of detective anime, real quick, you wanna know how long 2020 has been? We got ID invaded this year.
Yo,
we got ID invaded 2020. Granted, it was January, but still.
And look, I think honestly, I like Millionaire Detective and Moriarty the Patriot more than ID invaded. Like, that's one that I can say ID invaded is my bag, but it's not good enough for everybody to enjoy. Like, you have to be enthralled in detective shit. But this is something that I think is universal in a sense. Whereas ID Invaded was what Funimation tried to push. I don't think that one was as successful as what I feel Millionaire Detective and Moriarty, more so Moriarty the Patriot, will be. But that's a good call because this is definitely better than Moriarty the Patriot. I mean, this is Moriarty the Patriot's definitely better than ID Invaded, at least the first episodes comparing to each other.
And I'm not gonna lie, Millionaire Detective has been intriguing for me. I don't know if the dub's out yet, but I'm waiting on the dub for that.
The dub is out.
Watch that one.
Some of the dub is out, and I definitely recommend the dub.
Because that's the one with Daisuke, right?
Yep.
Daisuke definitely sounds like a compelling character. I definitely love the premise of the show and everything as well. Just sounds dope. That's definitely gonna get a peep from me too soon. I've been watching and reading a lot of shit lately, so this is definitely about to get one that's thrown in a rotation.
Well, shit, I might as well just go through that one real quick, just because it came out during the COVID delay. And okay, so Millionaire Detective, it's all out right now. It's all out. Some of the dub is out, not all of it, but I must say this dub is one of my favorite dubs. Like, it is one of my favorite dubs.
Damn.
Like, it is good. Millionaire Detective is an amazing story. And like, once you get into it, you get hooked. Daisuke is basically this Bruce Wayne-esque guy who has all these different gadgets. He's rich and he's trying to become a cop. And the story that unfolds in Millionaire Detective is a very intriguing and compelling story all the way through. And I definitely think the fact that you liked what you saw from it from the start, you will love how this thing ends. It's all out right now, but only 4 English episodes are out, and the English is if I'm gonna rewatch it all when the dub comes out. That's how good the dub is.
Damn, and I ain't gonna lie, bro.
And you know me, I don't champion dubs all the time.
If the sub and the like actual content, like aside from the dubs, if you could watch that first season front to back, sub and dub, that's how you know it's something that's impactful. Because I'm not gonna lie, I watch Demon Slayer dub and sub. I watch Hunter dub and sub, Fire Force dub and sub. Like when I say dub and sub, I mean like with Fire Force I was kind of back and forth in it, but sometimes I watch the same episode both. But like with Hunter, I finished watching it in sub, and then it started premiering in dub, and I was like, great, y'all want to announce this shit right after I finish catching up. And I watched that bitch week to week in dub. Like, you know what I'm saying? Same thing with Dragon Ball Super. Same thing with, what was the other one I said? Demon Slayer.
Yeah.
And Promised Neverland. For sure, Promised Neverland, I watched again in dub. So I love those. That's a testament in itself to say that you already watched it sub. Because there's a lot of shows I watch in sub, and it's like, I got it. If I watch it again, I might watch it again in sub.
And that's how good Millionaire Detective is, that I watched all the sub and then went through and watched the dub. Like, I'm waiting for new episodes. So that's when I got. Krista, give us another one that you have. I want to hear about Yashime. I know you got it.
Oh yeah. I've been watching this other one too, but this one is definitely, it came out in February 2020. It's like it's called Science Fell in Love, so I try to prove it. I'm just throwing that in there real quick for the romance fans. It is a rom-com, like some romantic comedy shit. College, like it's like, it reminds me of Big Bang Theory, because except it's 2 nerds, right? It's like a nerd ass dude, a nerd ass chick. They work together, or they study together at a university, and it's like the chick figures out she fell in love with a dude, and they're both nerds. And you know how Sheldon and his old lady are on on the Big Bang Theory?
Yeah.
It reminds me of that, because she's like, hey, I think I'm in love with you. And he's like, what? You tripping? And she's like, nah, bitch, I'm a scientist, nigga. We about to get to the bottom of this. I've literally got it down to science. I think why. And he's like, that's a dope premise. He's like, I don't know what the fuck I feel. He's like, we gotta get to the bottom of it. And it's just like some stupid experimental funny shit. But I definitely I liked it. I was sitting there like, this came out in 2022. 2020's been hitting us with a bunch of just random pack, but everything's been good. Just I had to throw it out there for the romance fans. You feel me? If y'all like that shit, comedy, slice of life type deal, it was definitely got some chuckles out of me. But the last one I want to talk about on my end, you feel me?
Gotcha.
Definitely Yashahime.
Yeah.
This shit. Episode.
Oh, you're not
1,
talking about the MC one?
Oh, I forgot about that one too.
Wait, well, after you do Yashime, I'll do No Bleeds, and then you can finish off with the MC one before we review. But real quick, before you get to Yashime, let me just say this. Something that I just saw. It's new to Funimation. I'm going to read you the description. I think we're both going to watch this. It's called Ikubukaru Westgate Park. Crime-ridden Ikuboru is a haven for violent gangs, the Yakuza, and home to Makoto Majima. To protect his friends, this charismatic troubleshooter mediates disputes among the warring factions, even fixing problems the police can't. But when the rising tide of violence in Makito, losing a loved one, can he ride out the storm, or will he drown in all the bloods that flood the street? I'm watching this as soon as we finish.
What's it called again?
It's called IWGP. Ikebukuro Westgate Park. But just type in IWGP on Funimation and look at that. Look at the thing. It's just like a bunch of delinquents. This is right up your alley.
Looks good. Yeah. This is my bag. Like, bro, this is about to get peeped ASAP, bro. So, this shit look like my bag.
Next anime talk, we will talk about IWGP. But I was scrolling through to get to just on the Funimation thing and just premiere, and I was like, wait, what is this? And I had to click on it real quick. Good thing I did. This shit looks great. This is like gangster, but just more delinquent style stuff.
I like that type of shit, man. That shit, this is definitely about to get peeped for me, and that's big facts.
So I just wanted to throw that one out there because that's big on the Funimation app right now. But we will review that next pod. But Chris, give us to Yashahime, not to cut you off.
Okay, for sure. With Yashahime, episode 1, right? You get all these fucking callbacks to you. I'm about to say Yu Hakusho, to fucking Inuyasha, and they hit every single fan service spot they could hit. I watched episode 1 with Fade, and he was like, nigga, they wanted to let you know they didn't forget nothing. You feel me? They wanted to let you know everybody gonna be in this bitch. But definitely all the older characters were in there, like Inuyasha, Kagome, I forget the old lady's name. It was on the tip of my tongue. I was saying it earlier, but Kaede, they show you Moroku, Sango, basically the whole Inuyasha cast is brought back. Like whenever the first episode of Yashahime starts, it starts off with I guess what is the main character, Toa, and she's in the middle of this crazy adventure. There some shit's going down. She's having a meeting with these people that are like, yeah, we got these jewels, yada yada, whatever the case may be. And it just looked like they're throwing you right into it, right? So I'm sitting there like, who the fuck is, like, what is going on? They're just, this how we're gonna start? They're just giving you, okay, this is Shishomaru's daughter. We're not even gonna tell you it's Shishomaru's daughter. She's just in the middle of some kind of mission, and then out of nowhere, fucking Inuyasha's daughter comes out. I'm like, okay, so this is like the fucking Inuyasha Pop-Up Girls right now. But it just seems like they dived into it, and then right after what they were like earlier on that day type shit, and it brings you back to like early on in that time period. It runs you back what happened at the end of Inuyasha that's set into the events that are going on. And then episode 1 was basically just that. It kind of had like a flashback to back in the day, right at the end of Inuyasha before we start opening this chapter. And it seems like it doesn't connect for me 100% yet, just because, we don't see Shishomaru too much. We just see mainly like Inuyasha and the gang do their own little mission, and then boom, you see Shishomaru's daughter. She's like at the forefront. So I'm waiting for that to still connect. But when you get to episode 2, that was more of the true episode 1 to me, because episode 1 was really just like fan service for Inuyasha fans. Yeah. It was like, hey, you're watching the Inuyasha sequel. I just want to let you know it connects. We're gonna let. It was like to say, if they would start with episode 2, it'd have been like people would have liked it, but I feel like even if you're not an Inuyasha fan, if you start from episode 2, the characters are compelling enough to where you'll get interested in the story, because it's its own standalone story.
It was almost like an episode 0 and episode 1, where episode 0 is like the background, like
exactly
the stuff for people before.
For Inuyasha fans to be like, stick around. We're gonna make sure y'all are treated, but just we gotta get the ball rolling and kind of show you these characters at first. But we want you to know we didn't forget about your favorite characters, but because episode 2, you really just see new characters. So it's sitting there like you're gonna see the old characters eventually, but I'm just more fixated and excited about these new characters because they're all compelling. Like the main character Toa, it starts off, and I don't want to spoil too much, but basically it's like these two sisters, you feel me, Toa and Setsuna, and they're in the old demon world, lollygagging as little kids, having fun swinging through trees and shit. It's cute, whatever. They get separated, like how Kagome went back to the OG, feudal Japan or whatever, and met Inuyasha. They one of the girls goes to the future, and that's the white and red hair one, and the other one stays in the past. You feel me?
What's her name? What's the white and red? Is that Toei?
That's Toa, yeah. And there's Setsuna too, and that's the black hair one. I thought that was gonna be somebody else's child, but apparently they're both sisters.
Yeah.
But they get separated. One of them stays in the past, and the white and red hair one comes to the future. She instantly meets her foster parent. He takes her under his wing and like brings her in his house. It's like him and his already daughter, and now he's her, I guess stepdaughter or whatever, maybe adopted daughter. And it shows her. It immediately jumps into her growing up and being a teenager in that world. And she got her hair cut short like a dude. She's wearing pants. She's not wearing like your typical Japanese school girl outfit. She's wearing like, dude outfit. She look like some fucking silver Urameshi outfit on, you know what I'm saying? and her dad's sending her off. He's like, hey, don't fight, like don't get no fucking fights today. And she's like, I'm not gonna get any fights. And she instantly walks out, and this gang of thugs look like some Yu Yu Hakusho, street delinquents pull up on her like, yeah, bitch, you beat us up yesterday, but nigga, we got time again today, bitch, and you're not about to do us like you did us yesterday. You feel me? And then she whooped their ass. They go back and call their gang leader, and it ends up being a big ass thing. And just it has so many references to like just old Japanese anime, Japanese culture and shit in it. The fighting was A1. The story was compelling. You know what I'm saying? You get these thug characters, even the thug characters are compelling. You don't like them, but you're not supposed to like them. You know what I'm saying? Just the whole future scenario is dope. Then they bring you back to the past and they show you Inuyasha's daughter, Moroha, and she's like a fucking Black Star from Soul Eater kind of, Inosuke kind of character. She just rambunctious, don't give a fuck, like comedic. She calls herself Beanie Yasha or Binu Yasha or something like that. Beanie Yasha, like just like a callback. Her name's like a nickname off of Inuyasha's nickname, Inuyasha's name, and just that shit is just off the meat rack, like from front to back of episode 2 and episode 1. Because episode 1 they hit the fan service how they were supposed to hit it, but episode 2 they really got the ball rolling on a great new story, and all the characters did a good job of showing you that they're kids of a certain character, but at the same time they're their own character, and they're compelling enough for you to want to know what their story is in general by itself. Because it's the Inuyasha's daughter seems like it's gonna be great comic relief. The main character Toa, she seems like she's gonna be a badass. And even Setsuna seems like she's going to be her own kind of buttercup, kind of badass character. So I'm hyped to see where this goes from here.
Would you say that how Moriarty the Patriot is my favorite besides JJK? Would you say that Yashahime is your favorite besides JJK from this fall 2020 lineup?
Outside of the ones we're about to review next, yes, for sure.
Yashahime, besides JJK and of course Fire Force.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. Like if we were doing, how we do the episodes, like where we rank them, 1 to 5 or 1 to 10. If I was ranking, the sports climbing girls 1 to 5, I'd probably give it a good 4, 4.2, or whatever. Inuyasha, like both of the episodes get good 5s. I mean, Yashahime.
That's why Moriarty the Patriot gets a 5 from me. What you giving Akudama? I'm thinking I'm giving that one a 4. Solid.
I give that one a solid 4. Like not 4 point nothing, just solid 4. I might give it a 4 point something soon, because like the first episode was hella good, and if it gets better, I can only imagine. Because like I love the action, I love the characters already. Like episode 1 of that one did a great job of showing you
what's coming.
Yeah, like in the personality of the characters too. They really everybody's like to say that they introduced like 7 characters, all of them shine. You feel me?
100%. And then Noblesse, the final one that I have, I'd give that one a 4.2, 4.3. I thought for Crunchyroll Originals, this is one of the best first episodes they've done. More so than, granted, Tower of God, I love and think it's one of the best episodes, one of the best animes of 2020. But we can both agree we both had to watch the first episode twice because it was just like, this isn't that great. And then God of High School episode 1 was just fights. It was whatever. Noblesse, we get a story and we get to know where we're going. We get to see the villains and everything that's going on. Basically, Noblesse, this we don't know he's a vampire yet, but Rizel, protector of the nobles, along with his lower butler Frankenstein and former Union experiment M21, continue to spend their days at Yiran High School while keeping their true identity secret. They were living their lives normal until one day a violent gang barges onto the school grounds. M21 is forced to make a choice to protect the students. Meanwhile, the DA5, a mysterious special forces team that works for the Union, is dispatched to Japan to investigate an ongoing mission. What will become of the trio's new peaceful life? Looks incredible. Fights are pretty dope. I enjoy the character of Rizel, who's the main protagonist. His butler Frankenstein, who's the head of the school, is a good cover. And then I love this M21 experiment security for the school. And I love the school being their lives that are incognito of who they actually are. And then when you see the DA5, which is this union group who are these special ops guys, when you see them, how badass they are. One of them's a gun master. One of them has bazookas. Like, they're just badasses that run super fast and do all kind of gun-toting shit. And it's just amazing. So Noblesse, I will be watching this season. It's not Moriarty the Patriot, but solid 4.2. And I definitely think if you have VRV and Crunchyroll, you should at least check out the first episode of Noblesse.
I'm definitely gonna peep that one out too, because I saw the first like maybe 5 minutes of it. Basically like the war type shit where they were like blowing shit
that's
up.
The DA5. That's the Union.
And
that's the villains.
I got out of it right when they started the school shit before they did like the
explaining who the MCs. Yeah.
But from the characters look pretty dope. It looked like it was gonna be the animation was pretty cool too.
No, look, I loved everything I saw from it. So I was very pleased with what they gave us. But Krista, let's get to what we're both been watching. JJK, it's time for the review. Let me see if I can get the description of the because they don't have them on they don't have them on VRV. So let me see if I can get the description. If not, I'll just describe it because I know pretty much what happens. Okay, so
yeah, I watched episode 1 like I want to say 5 times. Like I watched it first. I kind of watched through it without really knowing what's going on with no sub. But with the sub, it felt like watching a whole new episode. Even though I read the manga first couple of chapters when I watched episode 1, but I ain't gonna lie, bro.
See,
I watched even episode 2. I watched 2 or 3 times.
I'm definitely gonna watch this one week to week. I mean, even though I've read the manga, this is something I'm looking forward to watching because this is one that the manga I read for the story, but now watching the anime, it's bringing it to life. Kind of like what you said for Burn the Witch, where I'm enjoying seeing these characters be brought to life and everything they've done. But episode 1, Yuji Itadori, a normal high school student with incredible athleticism, would rather hang out with his senpai in the occult club than run on the track. However, after losing his grandfather, Yuji's club comes face to face with the grim reality of curses. In order to save his friends, Yuji teams up with Jujutsu student Megumi Fushiguro to exorcise the curses and recover the cursed object of Sukuna. Episode 1 was nuts, man. We get like the backdrop of how Yuji's this athletic kid. We see that how he loses his grandfather, what kind of gives him his purpose in life. We get to see Megumi, his rival and best friend. We get a little taste of his personality. I think JJK, and I saw some people tweeting about this to say that JJK is a Naruto copy, and I agree that is dumb. I agree that that's idiotic. But I will say this, JJK, you could tell that Geiji was inspired by Kishimoto because there's no way you can't look at Megumi, Yuji, the girl that's coming to join their crew in episode 3, and Goju, and not see inspiration from Team 7. That's all I got to say with that. Because I definitely see inspiration from Megumi being Sasuke, Naruto, Yuji, Sakura, the female member of their team, and then Goju, Satoru, Kakashi. And then when you find out Goju's powers, Kakashi. Like, inspiration. I don't think it's a copy, because I do agree with the tweet that I saw that said if you say it's a copy, that's ignorant. I do agree with that, but I definitely am I off with saying, do you see the inspiration in episode 1?
Oh, definitely. I just see the team of 3, 2 dudes, 1 chick, and the leader looks like Kakashi to a certain extent, like the white hair, the silver hair.
And then when you find out he has
the mask,
when you find out what's under his eyes, it'll be even more so to Kakashi.
Yeah, I'm ready to. I just wish I had the whole fucking season in my hands, because this is one I just want to binge. Like, it's so hard for me still to this day not to crack open the manga. I'm waiting till the season's finished and I'm catching up on the manga, because I can't hold back. I have every volume in my cabinet right now, just waiting to be read. But this is definitely a great story. One thing I will say, I can't speak too much to the Naruto comparisons outside of just the team, but I do see Chainsaw Man similarities. You feel me? Not like, you know what I'm saying, I don't feel like inspirations were drawn or anything, but it's just like, like how My Hero and One Punch Man came around the same time. You feel me? It's like we're getting this wave of like curses and like devil type shit, and like have I really want to know what's up with Megumi's power.
The Divine Dogs looked amazing animated. Oh my gosh.
For sure. In episode 1, it looked amazing.
When he bust out his Divine Dogs, his curses. Oh man, if you want to know about Megumi's powers, just wait, Krista. I feel like the fact that you just said that, I know you're gonna love Megumi, because he has some shit coming with him.
It looks super different than how they did it in Chainsaw Man, but he reminded me of a Chainsaw Man character. I don't know if you got that far in the manga, but there's this guy who does like a little wolf's hand signal, and like he'll do it like over some shit, and then the wolf demon, like he summons it, or the wolf devil, he summons it to come do some shit. But like with him, he did like the little dog symbol, and his dogs actually pulled up, and it was like, and it's like he summoned them, but they were small, but not small. They were like big, like bigger than labs type dogs. They're like some big wolves. You feel me? But the big ass wolves came out, and there was like not a pack of them, but like I want to say it was like two or three.
It was a black one and a white one.
And that's really dope. I really love that power. I really love the similarities between that, and then just other similarities in it, as far as just I thought how the curses has his curse.
I thought the curses looked incredible. Like
how they disgusting and grotesque.
But that's how the manga is, and they made it work. 1. Like that's how the manga makes it really, really gross. And when episode 2, Satoru tells him like some shit about that, and we'll get to that in episode 2. But like it's gonna be a grotesque story. Like nothing like this story gets really grim and really dark, and like they executed that very well in episode 1.
Yeah, I definitely see how they brought it to life. Just reading the first couple chapters, the anime really took it to the next level of making sure they drive their point home with everything they did. Like even the point to Yuji's grandfather's death, it hit super hard. It hurt to watch. You feel me? It was definitely compelling. It wasn't just like one of the things that I gotta say negative against Demon Slayer. Episode 1, you meet his parents dead. You meet his family dead. The only one that's left over is
Nezuko,
and it's like, why should I care at the end of the day? Like you go through this whole season of Tadaro trying to avenge his family and getting Nezuko back, but it's like, I'm just there for the fucking fights. I'm there for the, the Inosuke action. I'm there for the world building of that.
But this makes you care about Yuji. This makes you like,
I really like him as a MC. Like as an MC, it really helps him get a lot of character. You feel me? Early on.
And it goes back to what I was saying. He's new big 3. Him, Asta, and Deku are the guys that are leading the new gen, and we're gonna see young Yuji's story continue. Would you rank episode 1 through 5?
Before I honestly could see Yuji being my favorite out of all 3. To be honest with you, like early on, he's giving me vibes of like Yusuke. He's giving me vibes of like, what I'm saying, some of my favorite other anime MCs. I feel like he's doper Yuji than Ichigo, but he has a similar vibe to Ichigo. Like he's like. Really dope.
I like Yuji more than Ichigo. Oh my gosh.
No, he's shitting on Ichigo. But what I'm saying is his design is similar, like with the little spiky hair and just his design is similar, but it's way more badass.
He reminds me of an amalgamation of like a fusion of Yusuke, Ichigo, and Naruto.
Yeah, that's definitely super accurate, and he takes the best qualities of all of them.
Yeah,
none of the bad qualities.
1000%. Loved it. Loved episode 1. One other thing, we talked about how the curses looked. We talked about Megumi's power. Yeah, and Yuji's natural athleticism and how he fought the curse. He was hanging real well before he got Sukuna. Mm-hmm. So, but what would you rate episode 1? Oh, go ahead. Anything else you got?
Just because this was heavy. It was like, as far as a first episode, this has the best first episode of the year, hands down. Like out of any show, just it definitely had a lot going on.
It pulled you in.
You meet his school friends from his club. I even like them. Like I like the chick and the dude. I like seeing that whole situation unfold.
They don't come.
I know they don't come back. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, like it reminds me of like Kuwabara's friends or like some motherfuckers you see it early on Yu Yu Hakusho or some shit like that. It's like they were compelling in their own. You feel me? The PE coach that was like, yeah, I tried to pick some shit you ain't good at just to take. You know what I'm saying? Like I was gonna beat you. You feel me? Regardless, but. You feel me? You are good at a lot of shit. So I had to pick the one shit you weren't good at, and you just like, I'm good at this shit too. Shut up. Like, you know what I'm saying?
No,
that,
100.
I definitely saw people pushing this as like a horror action shonen comedy, and it hits the comedy.
It does.
Everything that was funny in this episode.
When it does the little faces
I love
when
it.
You do, yeah. I think they execute the Yuji faces great, and when you get the Megami faces, and then when you get I need to get the girl's name so I can just stop saying the girl.
Nobara or Nobara? It's either Nobara or Nobara.
I'm gonna get it real quick. It's one of those. I'm gonna find it, but her. But yeah, no, just all the comedy between all of them. I love it. I love everything JJK did, and I think you're right. This is one of the best first episodes for a new story in a long time. Like this was a great first episode. Sucked you in incredibly. What would you rank episode 1 through 5?
I really don't want to give it a 5. I really don't, but I feel like I have to. I really want to give it a 5 because it was a great first episode. Like,
we just gotta call it like it is. It's
no
a 5.
stones unturned. Yeah, it's a hard 5 for me.
Yeah, it's Nobara. That's her name.
From the beginning of the episode to the end of the episode, there were no weak points. When I tell you I watched it like 5-6 times, and every single time, like I watched it by myself, watched it with Fade, watched it with my girl, watched it again on my own. You feel me? And it kept me the whole way through. You feel me? Like I watched it from front to back, caught something new every time. Felt like they gave me a full movie's worth of, like, you know what I'm saying, introduction. So
Gotta
I
give
really
it a 5, man. And like, honestly,
that from episode 1.
I'm probably gonna give episode 2 a 5. Let's get to it. Episode 2. Following the delay of the secret execution, Yuji is brought to the Tokyo Metropolitan Cursed Technical School, the Jujutsu school. He's interviewed by the principal, who tests his conviction to see if he's worthy of becoming a Jujutsu sorcerer. So basically, in episode 2, we meet Satoru Gojo, my guy, my favorite character, and he basically tells him, like, yo, you can maybe be the host for Sukuna, or we're gonna kill your ass. Either way, you're gonna die. So you can either choose to work with us and then die and prolong your life, or I can kill you right now, and me and Megami go about our way, and these curses are all done right now. But Yuji chooses to go with him, and Satoru Goju wants him to choose that anyway, because Goju wants to use Yuji, because Yuji being the host of Sukuna is something that we haven't seen in 1,000 years. We get Sukuna's backstory about how he was this human, then turned to this 4-armed curse, who's like one of the strongest curses ever. But Satoru Goju tells him, like, yo, I could beat him. It would just be a little difficult, but I'd beat him. And that should make your head start turning, like, how strong is this Satoru Goju guy? Like, how strong is Goju, man? Like, what can he do? And then seeing Yuji go in and out of his state, it gives me I don't want to say Naruto Kurama vibes, but it gives you that Naruto Kurama, Asta and his devil. It gives you that vibe of being like possessed by the demon inside of you. But where Kurama and I believe the devil with Asta will go, where they can maybe change them to make them good, I don't see Sukuna being good. I don't see that at all.
No, not at all. I definitely love the fact that Yuji has his power inside of him, and I want to see how he wields it, and I want to see what comes of that. And I'm definitely loving the possession thing, to where he has a whole nother fucking personality inside of him. It's definitely done differently than how I've seen it get done before, to where it's definitely original, it's fresh, and it's definitely interesting. You feel me? I just love the character design of Sukuna. Whenever he starts taking over Yuji's body.
Yeah, you get the faces and the eyes and everything, and just the way he gets all crazy looking.
Even just after the fact that Yuji has Sukuna in his body, you see the closed eyes.
Lines. Yeah, I thought that was
really dope.
That's something I didn't notice in the anime. I mean, in the manga, but the anime makes it very apparent that, like, Yuji's changed from being inside of this. And bro, just Goju's like a fight with Sukuna was just bad ass. Like, Goju's doing that bow, and just, man, Satoru Goju is my favorite, man. That dude, badass character.
Now, I forgot to say this in episode 1 too, but like definitely one of the main things that's sticking out, and this is why I give it such a Demon Slayer comparison. You feel me? Even though I feel like it might blow Demon Slayer out of the water and just skyrocket past it as far as just the anime goes. But even the first episode, whenever Yuji was fighting that spirit at the end, and when he was forced to swallow the finger and shit like that, and how he was standing on the demon's face and he had his legs open, like holding his mouth open and shit, it was just every single stitch of animation and fight scenes is done exceptionally well.
Gotta give Mappa its props. The way that they've been just animating this is beautiful.
Oh yeah, but like literally, like whenever you say in the Gojo fight too, like Gojo versus what was it, Sukuna?
Yeah.
Bruh, just the fluidity of it. Like they did one of those things where I was bitching about earlier, where it was like you see the camera go all over the place to get different angles and like a one shot kind of no blinking scenario kind of thing. And they pulled it off exceptionally. Like not only did they pull it off, but they pulled it off well.
I want to talk about 2 great episodes to pull you into something. Mappa and Crunchyroll are doing their thing. They know they have a hit on their hands. I know Gay J is happy. The mangaka, I know Shonen Jump is happy. Jujutsu Kaisen is going to be a hit. Just from seeing, just at the start of just Megami, lovable character. His divine dogs, his attacks, makes you want to know more about Megami. Satoru Goju. you just see him punch the air and just like shoot a big air boss and just like knock Sukuna out of the way. Makes him, I want to know more about him. And then Yuji and Sukuna, you want to know more about them. Those three characters who they introduce you to are so endearing. And even the principal gives you like his own aesthetic and vibe, like the principal of the jiu-jitsu school. It makes you want to learn more about the jiu-jitsu people. But it goes back to what you said about episode 1, how they made his friends endearing, how they made his grandpa endearing. They're making sure they do great characterization of each of these characters you meet. You may only meet them one time, but the experience that you have with them is impactful. I got to give this episode a 5. I do, and it's not because of hype. It's just because of the quality of Jujutsu Kaisen. Now, if episode 3 doesn't live up to these standards, it won't give a 5. But they've set the bar for themselves pretty high.
I think it will. Like from what I've seen so far, I'll give.
Oh yeah, and it's on the way. They definitely leaked episode 3. Well, they didn't leak it. Crunchyroll put it out on YouTube for 24 hours. Krista did,
and they only gave you half. They only gave you half episode 3, so they give you the first half up until the halfway point, and they were like, "Oh yeah, shit's about to go down next episode." So I'm tuning in next episode. But even this one, like, I want to say a couple standouts for me too as well. Like with the animation, when Gojo first took Yuji to the school and you started seeing the scenery of just how beautiful everything was, bro, they made that shit look beautiful.
It gave me vibes of like, you remember the first time you see Konoha or the first time you see the Sarete and Bleach, just like when you see, like, I think Geiji got the scenery of this anime world. He made it look beautiful.
They definitely went for like, and this is a big stretch to say, or this is a big compliment to give, but it looked like on some Miyazaki scenery type shit. Like they definitely took that shit serious.
It looked great. It really
it wasn't just backdrop. That shit was beautiful.
It was 1000%. I agree with you, and I'm excited that we got JJK to review this season because we're in for a treat. Right now, we have 2 heavy hitters. It's not like last year where we might have had like, or 2 years ago when we first started this pod, when we had like Goblin Slayer on the deck, or when we had like, some misses on the deck. No, right now, fall 2020, we got 2 bangers.
Oh yeah. And we got a bunch. Like we got more. We got, like, to be honest with you, all the other ones on the side too are really great too.
Yeah.
But literally fall 2020 is probably one of the best seasons we've had in a while. It's just as far as consistency.
And to say how hyped 2019 was, 2020's turning out to be a good year.
I was just telling my girl that, bro. I was saying, like, we were literally saying at the beginning of the year, oh man, this year ain't gonna be like last year, bro. This shit is damn near crazy competition. It's crazy competition for last year.
When you have Dorohedoro, Fire Force, not God of High School, Tower of God, now JJK, Attack on Titan, Moriarty the Patriot, Millionaire Detective, Yashahime, like that's heavy hitters. That's a solid year.
I couldn't ask for a better fall 2020, to be honest with you. Like everything's impressing. Everything is impressing me so far. Like it's killing summer 2020, to be honest with you.
No, that's a fact.
Even Fire Force, it was great in the summer, but it's about to even pick up even more. You know what I'm saying? In the fall. But before we get to that, like I do gotta say, another thing that stood out to me with this one was the whole principal, the Yaga Masamichi or whatever.
Yeah.
His whole fight with Yuji, bro, that shit was captivating, bro. As far as how he was like, nah, give me a good answer. You ain't getting into school. He was like, my grandpa died and said, nah, fuck what your grandpa's talking about. What do you want to do?
You gonna curse him?
What's going
on?
I
thought that was impactful as fuck. Like he was like, when you get on your deathbed, you're gonna blame your grandpa for the situation you're in. Like, no, you have to do this because you want to do this, not because someone else is telling you to do this. And when he was like, I just want to live without regrets, and I'm the only person who can do this, that's why I want to do this. I thought that was just MC of Yuji. I think that was
so
just
heavy,
like,
bro.
Letting you know, like, this is a good MC that we're following. So it made you very endearing to Yuji, 1000%.
And it doesn't feel forced. Like a lot of problems I have with Shonen MCs, especially Shonen Jump MCs, is that they're so Shonen Jump MCs. Like they just do Shonen Jump MC type shit.
They either fall under the Ichigo, Naruto, or Luffy category.
And see, Ichigo is a prime example for me of MCs that are cool, but they weren't executed exceptionally. Like, I know Bleach Task Force is gonna come for me. I fuck with Ichigo. Ichigo's a badass character.
He's not my favorite character in Bleach. He's not.
He's not my favorite MC of the big three by a long shot. You know, you get a lot of crazy development with Naruto, a lot of crazy development with even Luffy. A lot of people say Luffy doesn't get development, and to me, they're just not watching the same One Piece.
Yeah, they're not.
Or reading the same One Piece. But as far as MCs, Ichigo's kind of bland. You know, he's cool, but he's kind of bland compared to a Naruto, Luffy, Yusuke, Goku. And Yuji is starting off like, even Tanjiro is kind of bland, if you want to be honest with you. Tanjiro and Deku, they both are really good characters. And I don't want to do my boy Deku that and put him in the Tanjiro category.
Yeah, don't put Deku there, because Deku has a lot of characters.
He does, but I feel like he's not Naruto level yet. You feel me? Like still. Like I feel like he got some time to go.
Can we revisit this after season 5? This is, let me not let you make that claim until season 5. Because that's a tough definitely out for my guy Deku. Take
there from just to piss people off. I don't know if you saw my tweet, you feel me, about the Deku shit, but I said literally people used to give Deku shit. Like the My Hero haters used to be like, oh, your favorite MC ate that piece of hair and now he got his powers. This is similar with the Yuji shit, but it's just a good comparison to say first season Deku was not fourth season Deku. Season 1 Yuji is already up there. Like this nigga is top tier MC from episode 2. You feel me? Like
true,
Deku,
but I think
you got to grow into Deku.
I think that's what makes Deku such a great MC. It's like you see him grow, and
he's like the underdog.
Yeah, and that's what makes Deku great as an MC. But we're not talking about My Hero right now.
I feel like Naruto plays that underdog card better. But again with like the Yuji's not like. That's why he kind of reminds me of Yusuke more, because Yusuke came out the gate. He was like, nigga, I'm whooping everybody's ass. Nobody want to see me. And you already got the Kuwabara. He's like, I'm coming to be number 1. It's like, nigga, you have to settle for number 2 because I'm the GOAT. It just shows you how goated the MC was. And Yuji from episode 1, minute 1, you just seeing that this dude is, before he swallows the fucking finger, he's already badass. He's already MC material.
That is a big fact, but I'm not gonna let you do my guy Deku like that. But loving JJK right now. Let's jump to Fire Force, which is, because we say this every week, but it's one of my favorite shows in 2020. Like Fire Force is fucking amazing, and we meet a new character. We're getting into the Hajime arc. Let's begin episode 14. We get a new opening, but it's called the Ashen Reaper. Light reveals that the other members reveals to the other members of the 8th that he's been spying on them for Hajime. Licht and Shinra come up with a plan to get inside the child pyrokinesis lab where Shinra was institutionalized as a child to uncover some dirt on Hajime and to find the new pillar, who was the kid that Rekka inserted with the bug in season 1. So that kid's coming back, and we get to meet this guy who's kind of a douche, like not a douche. He's a child abuser. He's
worse than a douche.
Like his name is Kurano, and Kurano, Kurano, and he is just the fucking worst, bro. But episode 14, very great. We get more of Shinra's backstory about when he was a kid at Hajime. I thought that was dope. I thought it was dope that we get to see the new pillar and to see if what's up with him. Like how is he gonna go? We see that he's traumatized from the Rekka experience, which I think is very interesting that they kept Rekka around, and I actually really enjoy that part of this character's story.
Yeah, definitely the new characters introduced in this episode were all crazy.
Yeah, not
madness.
Nataku. That's the new pillar's name, Nataku.
Nataku. So. And Nataku, that's a hard ass. Like I didn't even know the pillars were set up like this. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but you remember I told you in that intro to season 2, to the first intro, they show like a silhouette of Nataku.
Let me see, just
because they show they show him, show Humea, Shinra. What's that bitch's name that I hate? That's the new pillar. That's working with the white clad
pink hair girl.
Inka. She's Inka in there too. Yeah, fuck Inka. All my niggas hate Inka. It's fuck Inka, bro. The bitch sucks.
Man, I'm not gonna lie though.
You like her now?
I like Inka. Like at the end of the day, it's on some fuck Inka shit, just like it was fuck Rachel. But I will say that seeing her, I don't know if this was this episode or the next episode.
That's the next episode.
But I will say that seeing her in the new fit as a villain, like she's like, bro, she's grown into the villain costume. Well, not saying physically, but I'm just saying like she
looks the part.
you introduce her, they introduce her as a neutral character. They show you some of her personality, and you sit there like, is she gonna be a villain? Is she gonna be a hero? And now she's on the villain side. It's like more than just, you know, you meet this villain. This villain's like, fuck the world. I'm a villain. You know what I'm saying? You meet this chick and you see her turn into a villain just from pure nonchalantness and not wanting to be a boring ass hero. And she's just like a villain for the sake of being a villain. At the same time, you don't know what kind of fucked up trauma she got going through it, because she definitely has certain like issues that they address. But like as a villain, I think I'm gonna really like her as a villain. You feel me? I feel like she's gonna be compelling. I feel like it's gonna be to the point where she's gonna be ruthless, and you know what I'm saying, main character's gonna have to whoop her ass, and he's not gonna want to. He's Shinra gonna be like, oh, let me help you, and she's like, nigga, I don't want to be helped. I could see those kind of scenarios already coming. Like she's gonna be a big part of the story down the line. You know what I'm
saying? 100%. Let's get back to episode 14. So just everything with Licht and finding out that he's a spy. I thought that was dope. And then we see him, how endearing he is actually to Company 8, and how they're growing on him and how he actually likes them, and just the plan that they come up with. This was just introducing Kurano and just the abuse that Hajime doing to these children and everything. What'd you think of episode 14? What would you rank it 1 through 5?
I definitely give it a 4.6.
Yeah, I'm giving it a 4.5, 4.6.
Just because of I really love the whole Kurano Nadaku kind of fight thing, and how he was abusing the fuck out that kid. And not saying I like seeing that, but I like seeing
it's like impactful.
Like Fire Force is dark. Like Fire Force is taking it there, and just to see Kurano give you a glimpse of his strength and be like, yeah, nigga, I'm a bully, and I'll get off on being a bully.
Like, yeah. He was Kurano's a wild boy, bro. What a wild character for Akubo to invent.
Like, yeah, son literally said, fuck kids, fuck weak niggas. She's like, I really like fucking over kids because I get
off on beating up weak niggas. Like, oh, he gets his kicks out of that.
It really turns up the next episode, but this episode, I'm super intrigued. I see his arm. I'm like, damn, this nigga looks badass. Like, as a villain, he's a badass villain already.
He has the thing where he used his power too much, where it's like his arm is like burnt. Like he has like the fucked up shit that Beanie Maru's brother has on his shit, but it's even worse.
So I got the Hiei bandages on that motherfucker.
But at the same time, is crazy we'll get to that in episode 15.
He's just, his whole aesthetic is dope. His eyes are creepy.
His eyes are so creepy.
His pale skin is creepy. His skull belt is creepy. Everything about him is just, it screams psychopath. Yeah. And it makes me like him as a villain because I don't like him as a person. Like, don't get it twisted. He a bitch. Like, he's a child abuser. He does some fucked up shit. But as a villain, he's a very compelling villain as to where he's like, whoo, they got to take this nigga down. And how are they going to do it?
Yeah,
because he's clearly badass.
And in episode 15, we see the fight between Shinra and him. Episode 15's description: as Licht signals the rest of Company 8, they break into the Hajime compound where Vulcan and Maki are confronted by an overpowered puppeteer, the angel to Kurano's Grim Reaper. The rest of the company meets up with Shinra and Licht, who are facing Kurano when a third party shows up. So we get the Kurano Shinra fight. Does it take place more in episode 14? I feel like it takes place more in this one.
No, the fight, the Shinra Kurano fight.
Shinra Kurano fight
because Shinra don't pull up till episode 15.
All right, well, bet we got to talk about that then, because I thought the way that Kurano uses his black smoke to where how it enhances his senses and how he gets like knives and stuff out of the smoke, I thought that was a badass fight. And it goes back to what we talked about when Shinra fought Sharon. He got to get his strength up because his speed is fire, but he don't have no attacking power behind that speed.
Yeah, facts. Like we need to get my boy some paws, bro, because he literally just got washed not too long ago. Like black dude with the fucking
Sharon washed his fucking ass,
bro.
And now Kurano's washing his ass.
Yeah, he need to shake back. I'm tired of seeing my MC get his ass whooped, but I'm not gonna lie, it's definitely character building for sure.
Yep. But that's all. I since that fight happened and we didn't talk about it, that's something that I just want to bring up. But with episode 15. I loved when Maki and Vulcan were fighting the Dominators and that woman, and then they destroy the first one, and I was like, yo, that better not be all the woman's Dominators, because she said Dominators with an S. And right as I say that, she was like, oh, y'all thought that was it? I was like, yes, yes. And she brings out her army, and I was like, yo, it's time for Maki in Vulcan to level up. Like, it's time for everybody to level up. Like, if we're going to fight the Evangelist, we can't be weak anymore. And we haven't seen a lot from Maki in a while. And you know how we both love Maki. It's time for her to get stronger and level up fighting the Dominator lady. But not only that, Humea comes in. So we're about to get a 3-way brawl between the ladies, the Dominator lady, Maki, and Humea. Hopefully they can get Arthur in time to come help. But with that being said, that also means the White Clad has busted in on Shinra, Nataku, Kurino, and the rest of Company 8. While Kurino is holding Nataku, Shinra's going to try to save him. And then boom, fucking Inca, Sharon, and Inca's protector, her maid. We meet a new protector. They all come in to try to take out Kurino, and we see Sharon and Kurino fighting. Kurino can't do nothing with Sharon. Like, Sharon take that damage Kurino gives and is going to throw it back at his ass. So that was very, very interesting. I am interested to see how Company 8 gets out of this. But I have to believe that since the Evangelist got Inca, I got to believe that the Fire Force gets Nataku. Like, that only makes sense to me because you got to make it even.
It definitely seems like he's Fire Force material. Like, he seems like he'd be a good guy. He's
like
gonna be on a good guy squad. Literally, he's gonna be like, they're gonna rescue him like they did not similar. I don't want to even give it a comparison, but they definitely gonna scoop him. I feel like he's a recruit.
Yeah, 100%. I'm glad to see the Evangelist here. That means, are we gonna see Joker again? I don't think we're gonna see Joker.
Oh, Joker's coming back though. Joker's coming back, but they definitely, like, my boy Lit is working for the Joker. You feel me?
And he said he was about to change size to 8, but I don't think Joker's gonna come back to at least the end of this season, maybe next season. But we will see Burns. I definitely think we're gonna see Burns for sure.
Oh yeah, big time.
What'd you think of this episode and everything? This was more so the Maki Vulcan episode and just endearing Lick to Company 8 because he opens the door for Shinra. It just makes you love Lick, even though I already loved him. Like, the audience has known he was a spy for forever, but like, now that the company knows and like we see that he really cares about them. So,
but see, they confirm my big hope because we knew he was a spy. I didn't want to believe it. I wanted to believe he was a good guy, super bad. I was like, he can't be bad. I fuck with him. And then he's like, I am a spy, but at the same time, and that's the thing, you didn't know who Joker was. Now you know who Joker is. Now you know he works for Joker, or he's working with Joker, because he's not really working for Joker. He's just another guy who's seeking the truth. And he's sitting there like, I'm not above working with the 8. I'm not above working with Hajime. He's just like, I fuck with y'all more. And that just, it hit me like, okay, so he is a good guy. He is just a guy looking for the truth. He's not a spy as far as just a snake. He's not a snake.
He's not like, evil per se.
Like, I'm not working for Hajime. He's like, I'm working for me. He's like, I'm not, and he said that
he's
too.
Not good. Like, he's not even good per se. He just wants to know the truth.
I'm half working for Hajime. I'm half working for y'all. And then I like how the captain was like, nigga, you 100% working for your fucking self. Like, don't try to act like you working for either one of us. He's like, I can see you fuck with us, but stop acting like you don't got your own mission. You feel me? And I like the fact that he saw through that, and I like the fact that it's not a bad mission to have. It's like, okay, look, we're in alliance right now. You feel me? And let's just let that run its course.
Yep. I think Kurino's gonna get his ass whooped next episode. Kurino's about to.
I don't know, bro, because he on some fucking.
You think he gonna make it?
Unless Shinra pulls something out his ass, which I hope he does. You feel me?
I can see Sharon beating him.
Like, whenever Kurino started doing that weird eye shit where his eyes were going sideways, like, oh, this nigga's nuts. I'm like, he's about to go fucking nuts. Like, he's badass to me. Like, I want to see him boot up even more. But
I want to see what Inca's protector can do, because like we know Sharon's strong. Too. I want to see what that maid lady can do.
I just want to see Kurino go all out and get washed, or go all out and beat Shinra. And I want to see Shinra go all out, neither lose or win. I just want to see an all-out battle with these two, because right now it's time for
Company 8 to elevate. Like, if y'all gonna keep fighting the White Clad, y'all got to get stronger.
And one thing I definitely appreciate, one thing I definitely hope happens is, like, what's the what's black dude's name? I forget his name.
Oh, Ogun? You want Ogun to make another pop-up?
That too, but at the same time, whenever he had his fight, he got his moment. You feel me? Like, he had one of the hardest moments in season 2, and after that, you see Shinra still didn't get his moment yet, even though he did show his ass at the end of that arc.
He got the rock on.
He did his thing, you feel me? But I want to see him have his moment, like, and if Kurino is the guy that he fights to have that moment, I definitely want to see that moment. I want it to be epic on Kurino's part. I want you to show why you're a face to be reckoned, like you're a big deal, and then I want to see Shinra have to overcome that after getting his ass whooped by him and by Sharon. You know what I'm saying?
See, yeah, I don't think Sharon takes an L right now because I feel like his story still has to continue. But it makes sense for Kureno to beat Shinra's first like big roadblock because they had ties to Shinra being at Hajime. Because I was trying to think, could the Captain Obi take it on? Could Mike Lieutenant Captain take him on? Could Arthur take him on? It doesn't fit the story arc. This seems like Shinra's big bad that he has to overcome. But the way that you the way that you said about Ogun having his moment, I want to see Arthur have a moment. I want to see Captain Obi have a moment. I want to see Lieutenant have a moment. It's time for them and Maki to have their moment, and we know Maki's gonna have it hopefully with this fight. But I want to see some of the others have a moment.
Shout out to Vulcan, because Vulcan is slept on, but he's one of my favorite characters, and I definitely love seeing him in these this last episode. He was definitely a comedic presence, but at the same time, he let you know what his Mexican shit was working with. So I like seeing that as well.
No, I'm with you.
Get more screen time. I rocked with him ever since his little arc. I feel like he's a good addition to the team. I feel like he's showing that he's not just a placeholder on a team like Tamaki.
No, I'm with you, and I want to see Hino have a moment too, because that lieutenant needs, the other members of Company 8 needs a moment, and it's time to get to that since we split them up before and we saw Shinra and Ogun, but now we got to get our big dogs to have a moment. But I'm rating this episode. Actually, I'm gonna give the other episode a little higher. I'm gonna give 14 because that's the Kureno fight. I'm gonna give that one a 4.8. I'm giving this one like a 4.4, 4.5.
I'll give this one probably the same one as the last one, like a 4.5, 4.6. You feel me? Because the first one was very compelling, but the second time, at the same time, the second episode was really, I felt like I like the progression. Like I like seeing the whole, the team was looking for Lit and everything, and he was sitting there like talking to him on the thing, and it was like just super suspenseful. It's like, where you at? Where you at? He's like, I can't really see where I'm at. You feel me? And just front to back, the second episode was very entertaining.
It was.
It didn't really have any kind of boring, dull moments in either episode. You feel me? So I'm
a lot of those in 5-4 season 2, man. Not a lot of those, and I'm ready to keep it going. But a jam-packed episode for episode 63. Crystal, my brother, glad to be back with you. Tell the people where they can find you on social media as we continue this journey into fall 2020, which I think our fans should have a lot to look forward to for us to close out the year leading into the Anime Talk Awards. But I think they're going to be jam-packed this year. It's going to be interesting to see.
Maybe by next episode, I should be caught up on One Piece too. Like, I'm not going to lie. I'm excited to get into these One Piece talks because after the whole, I just finished Whole Cake, and that was just a crazy, crazy, crazy arc. To say that arc had no Zoro, you know what I'm saying, no Robin, it just was an amazing arc. You feel me? So I can't wait to catch up to where I could get into these big One Piece talks, and I could finally get in the game. But definitely fall 2020 is amazing, and just 2020 in general is crazy, and we're definitely gonna have a lit episode of, I was thinking this year, just because I already got like so many different options for who I can go with for every different category.
It's gonna be hard. The Anime Talk Awards, this might be the toughest year yet.
Yeah, and last year was tough too. So this one's gonna be even harder because like it's so much shit I like.
So much diversity, and it's like nothing's runaway. Like the only runaway front runner, and I think it's still the front runner, is Dorohedoro. That's the only front runner that we got that's like, okay, it's number one. But there's so much good shit coming out right now to where Jujutsu Kaisen may pass that up. Fire Force, the way the season ends, may pass that up.
No, I already know Jujutsu Kaisen is about to be anime of the year. I see that. Like,
Tower
hopefully
of God.
It's not Jujutsu Kaisen award. Let me not say hopefully not, but
look, you saying that, but let's not act like Attack on Titan season 4 is not about to drop.
You are right, and this is after we already got buku gas. Like I don't know if we could take much more. You feel me? This is so much gas. Like I'm already having trouble keeping up with everything, but like I'm low key enjoying it. Like I'm loving the fact that I got something to watch every second.
Yeah.
Like I finished something. Like once I finish something, I'm not like, man, gotta wait till next week. I'm like back to back binging shit. You feel me? All week I can watch new anime, read new manga. It's just like a good time to be an anime fan. We were saying that last year, and last year was a bunch of heavy hitters, but this year it's like they're keeping that same energy.
Yeah, they are. I'm loving it. I'm loving it.
The 2020s are gonna be nuts compared to the 2010s if they keep this energy. Because the 2010s started kind of like, I want to say we don't get My Hero and fucking One Punch Man until like 2014 or 13. So it's like the first 3 years is like kind of stale. You feel me? But the first year we get some wild shit. 2020.
Yeah, no, this is looking like a good decade or a good decade for anime. But tell the people they can find you on social media, my brother, and what you got going on.
At Chris SJE everywhere, you feel me? Spotify, you space it out, you feel me? By next episode, me and Fade should have dropped our Rivals project, so look out for that, because definitely anytime me and Fade get together and link up on a Rivals project, you know it's just gonna be real fun music, nothing super crazy, nothing super overthought. We didn't write anything on this. We just went in, we sat down, we went back and forth, we threw anime bars. Like, this is like heavy anime bars. I like a lot of these songs. The first one, I know the first Rivals project had Gogeta and a couple other songs on it. You feel me? It was just like 3 songs. This one we got 15, and it's gonna be a treat. I promise y'all.
Hell yeah.
So search Crystal Space SGE on Spotify and everything. I want to say by next episode it should be out. You feel me?
Hell yeah. Y'all make sure y'all go follow Chris and be on the lookout for Rivals 2 whenever that drops. You guys can follow me at LinBWT. Follow the Bros Who Think at Bros Who Think. Be sure to subscribe to the YouTube. I promise, I give you my word, the Kaiju number 8 chapter review will be up by the time you guys hear this. It'll be up the day by the time you guys hear this. So like Tuesday, it'll be up by Tuesday night. Promise you that, because I'm working on that as soon as we finish with this. And you guys be sure to check that out. Like Chris said, as soon as he catches up with One Piece, we're going to start making some One Piece videos. The Eden Zero video is coming. The Dragon Ball Super review, the new chapters, people are making rumors. So if those rumors are true, me and Chris will shit on that new chapter. Let me just let that be known. Like, if what the rumors are saying to be true with this new chapter, there's no way I'm letting this shit fly.
There's no context that's gonna save it either. I'll read 50 pages of that shit, but if that shit's on page 1 or 2, it's gonna be rough to get through that chapter, bro. I mean, I got a sour taste in my mouth with the chapter. Like, I hope that shit was fake.
I hope it's fake.
Knowing
too.
Dragon Ball Super is probably not gonna be fake.
Real.
This is one of my favorite Dragon Ball arcs of all time. This is definitely my favorite arc in Dragon Ball Super so far, even over Tournament of Power. This would be a way to murder my hype for Dragon Ball.
We've been praising this arc so much, and if they just ended like this, I'm gonna be mad. But that's coming. Eden Zero video, promise y'all is coming. Spy Family video, I promise y'all is coming. Now that we got all of this hurricane stuff, and now that Chris is about to put out Rivals 2, we're getting a little more free time, so we're gonna get this out to y'all, this content. But like I said, Kaiju number 8 video, this, and we will have a Run It Back coming soon. We're gonna do our poll because the Scott Pilgrim Run It Back will be out this week. So once that's out, we're gonna do a new poll for the anime one. And I don't know, Chris, what should we do? Should we do a Shonen Jump one, or are we gonna do like what you feeling? Miyazaki?
I don't know. If we do, let's do another poll. But I definitely want to throw one in the mix. I definitely want to throw the OG Digimon movie. You feel me? Ooh, I don't know if you've ever seen it.
I haven't.
The OG Digimon. You haven't seen the OG Digimon movie? Bro, I feel like it's polarizing, but I feel like it's high quality, and I feel like it's highly enjoyable. I feel like, especially for somebody who is not a Digimon fan, who doesn't really watch Digimon, is definitely a good way to introduce yourself to the series. You feel me?
Hell yeah. Well, look, that's gonna be in the poll. I'm gonna probably nominate the Boy and the Beast in the poll, and then if you guys have any suggestions, y'all hit us up on Twitter, and we'll get that poll out probably by Friday. Expect that poll on Friday. Kaiju number 8 tomorrow. The new chapter of Kaiju number 8 comes in 2 days now. Expect that the chapter review by Thursday, Friday. And then, yeah, man, and then be on the lookout for all the other content on the network. But you can stay attuned to all the content we're dropping by subscribing to the YouTube, or if you listen to the audio version, subscribing to Spotify, subscribing to Apple Podcasts, or just following Chris at Chris SJE, or following the Bros Who Think at Bros Who Think. But for Chris, my name is Lyndon. You guys have a good one. We will talk to y'all again for the new Anime Talk episode. Go watch some of the anime we've suggested to you. JJK, Burn the Witch, Dragon Quest, Moriarty the Patriot, Millionaire Detective, Yashime. Go check out to those anime because there's a lot of good stuff. And y'all let us know which one y'all are liking. If you're a Yashime fan, let us know. If you're a Moriarty the Patriot fan, let us know. If you're an Akudama fan, let us know. Whichever one you're enjoying, let us know. And we'll make sure we put those on the review slate. But for right now, it's Fire Force and JJK, and we couldn't ask for anything better. But for Chris, my name is Lyndon. You guys have a good one. We'll talk to you next time. Until then, peace.